Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. This is a coffee and makeup live stream. Hi, I am Lisa, if you don't know, and today we are going to be doing some makeup while I drink coffee. Basically, we're going to be drinking coffee while I put makeup on my face. Now, this is going to be an interactive live stream, as it says. Now, basically what that means is I've got lots of options here all around me. And what I actually end up putting on my face is entirely down to all of you in the live chat. So however this turns out, basically I'm not to blame is what it comes down to. Let me just see if I can angle this down ever so slightly. I've got a new tripod. There we go. Oh, that looks a little bit better. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today. I thought today, seeing as good morning to Ed. Hello all. Hello Ed. How are you, my darling? I hope you are very well this fine and dandy Thursday morning. What I was thinking was, seeing as I've got some higher end makeup, not a lot, but I've got some higher end makeup and I've got some budget makeup, I thought what we would do is do not a comparison, but basically we'll do a playoff effectively. So this is going to be a versus. So I've got some ABH palettes and I've got some W7 palettes. So one is £43, one is £4.99. And basically what we're going to do is I'm going to decide, let all of you decide what ends up on my face. I've got different price point options for lipsticks. I mean, judging by how the chat has been in the last few weeks when we've done these, this could really go either way. I could end up with, you know, looking $1 million with quite a lot of money on my face, or I could end up with an awful lot of budget stuff on my face. Either way, we'll make it work because we always do. You're trying a new vape juice, grape punch. Oh, that sounds interesting. That sounds interesting, Ed. Yeah, grape punch. Is that like an Amber Heard punch? Is it great because it leaves a little brown smudge on your cheek that randomly wasn't there the day before and disappears the next day? Oh, did I go there? Yes, I did. I know, right? Oh, what a lying cow she is. But anyway, let's just move on very rapidly from that before I get sued. So then we are going to drink some coffee. So before we go any further, what are you all drinking? Let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know what you're drinking. Let me know what you've got in your cup, your mug, your glass. Yeah, let us know. So today I am drinking, what am I drinking? Oh, I'm drinking I found it cheap. I think it's Nescafe, which I don't normally buy because, you know, they're not the best company in the world. I think it's a black cherry, something hinted, flavored, something. I don't know. It was in the reduced section in Morrison's the other week, so I grabbed it. Because the amount of coffee I drink, if I can get a reduced one, I will always get a reduced one. And yeah, that's what I did. So I got a reduced one. It's all right. Once you put your coffee syrups in it, it's fine. But without the coffee syrups, it's not the best, to be fair. It really isn't. I still seem really low down today. I don't know why. Let's do an angle change. There we go. Is that a bit better? Oh, that's a little bit better, I guess. My hair's looking very much not done because I thought there's no point doing it all just to make it all lovely. It's just you and me so far, is it? Oh yes, it is. Yes, we keep going up 3, 4, back down to 1. So it's just, I think YouTube, I don't know whether the notifications have gone out yet because apparently I set this for 11 p.m. because, you know, that's sensible. That's what I do. So I'm not sure whether notifications have gone out. But anyway, it's fine. We'll just chat. We'll just chitty chatty, Ed. It's fine. So what are you drinking then, Ed? What's in your cup? Oh, I needed that, you know. Oh, notifications have gone out. Fantastic. Thank you, Ed. So yes, that's what I'm playing with today. I've got different highlighters. I've got different powders. I've got different. I thought I had different blushes. Not that. If it's just me and you, Ed, then you're not going to be interested in what blushes I'm using, are you really? But let me just sort this all out while it's all sort of highlighter while it's all next to me. I've lost a NARS blush and I am absolutely gutted about it. Is that, no, that's not it. No, it's not in here. Oh my God, I am absolutely gutted. Booger, 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 booger. Is that it there? No, it's not. Oh no. Oh no, I'm devastated. Oh, you've got an Aldi sachet. It's a mocha type of thingy. Oh, that sounds good, actually. That sounds good. What did we have yesterday? We went to weigh in yesterday. We had I had a Beanies jam sponge coffee. Oh, it was rank. It was disgusting. But they had she had some other sachets there, so I pinched a coconut one because I thought if that one was disgusting, I was going to have a coconut. And in the end, I didn't even have it, so I've got it to try. So yeah, but oh God, that was rank. I used to quite like me mochas and me cappuccinos and all of those ones because they're quite nice, aren't they, when you do those little sachet ones. So yeah. So what am I doing? What am I doing today? We're just going to talk makeup, really. I'm just going to talk stuff. So I'm not here next week. Yeah, because I'm in hospital. I can say now. Yeah, I'm in hospital next week. Did any monster run off with your brush? That Beanie's coffee sounds amazing. Blush, not brush. Oh, it sounds minging. It was minging. It was absolutely disgusting. In the jar, she had all these different Beanie's coffee ones. So there was like a cookie dough and a birthday cake, but they smelt so chemically. They smelt like plastic. It was horrid. But the only one that smelt nice was that jam sponge one. I was like, okay, that smells quite nice. It smells quite sweet. And as soon as I put it in the cup and put the hot water on it, it was just awful. Really, really awful. Really, really terrible. But I still drank it because it's a coffee and I won't let coffee go to waste. You know me, love. You know me and me coffees. So yes, I don't know. I don't know where the blush has gone. It's not in my drawer. And that's the worry. Hang on. Oh, I've just thought it could be in my... I've got so much makeup all over the lounge, right? All over the lounge. So I've got my this is my Team Project Pan, which I still need to do the update for that. That's my Team Project Pan bag. This is all my oh, actually it could be in here. I was going to say this is stuff to film with. So I've got the some Lacura makeup from Aldi. I've got some Natasha Denona palettes. I've got some more Juvia's Place. I've got, what's that? That's a Natasha Denona as well. That's a, oh, we'll put that in the stash for today. So this is my other filming pile of stuff to film with. So it's not in there and it's not in there. And in this Jeffree Star bag, I've got my more Lacura makeup. Hi, Kirsty. Kirsty says, good morning all. Sorry, you had a stinky troll to deal with. Oh no. So this one has got, so this has got all my dupes, all my Aldi makeup that I've been squirreling away because you can't always get it every week. So what I've had to do is bit by bit, get one bit, and then when the next one's in stock, get the next bit, and then the next bit, and then the next bit. I think Ed might have been talking about my NARS blush, which has gone missing, and he says, did Eddie take it? But I don't think Eddie did. So yeah, so I don't know where it's gone. It's not in the drawer in the back room. I remember picking it up because I have the Aldi dupe for the NARS blush, which is actually really good. It's really good. Spoilers for the Aldi video, spoilers for the Lacura. It's really good. Like, it's a really good blush. If you can get hold of it, I would recommend going on Aldi's website. I know this is like, Ed doesn't care about this, but anyone else watching, and if you're watching on the replay crew, you might be interested. Go on the website, right, on their special buy website and have a look, click on the health and beauty, then click on the makeup or the online only, and they've got their blush. Have a look for the Aldi Lacura blusher. It basically, I'll show you it now. Hang on, that's the, I've got the Hoola by Benefit dupe. I've got the highlighter, the Benefit highlighter dupe, and I've got the NARS blush dupe. So this is what they look like. Okay, and it just says blush, but look at that. That is completely nicking the NARS packaging. Absolutely. And then What? You found a wedding ring? So, Kirsty, that's got to get highlighted. Mystery misplacing of stuff. You know that too well. Like finding your wedding ring after 12 years in a handbag. Did you get a replacement? Was it like, oh, I've lost it? And then you go, oh, we'll get a replacement. It's fine. And then you go, yes, Ed, I nearly did that. I'm not going to. You see, a handbag. I had to. That takes me back. A handbag. But this is the exact same. It's got the same soft touch feel. It's now in a grey packaging. Apparently it used to be black, and that was a little bit too close. And then it's got the look at that. This is absolutely a dupe. Absolutely a dupe. There's two shades. The coral shade is a dupe for the orgasm one, and the other one is a, what's this one? That's candy, which is a dupe for orgasm, and coral is a dupe for, I can't remember which one it is. There's another NARS one. It's something like, I don't remember, but it is absolutely beautiful. They are stunning, and they are really, really pretty on. And so that's why today I was like, oh, I can use one of these, and I'll use the NARS as an alternative option for people if they want me to use the NARS, and I can't find it anywhere. And I swear, and it's only the mini one, but I swear I took it out the drawer and compared it to this the other day, and I was like, oh, so it should be here. But also, I've been very busy making things. So I've been making some, the jewelry I'm wearing again, you know, my simple star and moon jewelry, my earrings. And I've made, I can't, it's in the back room. I've made a necklace with a crow's foot on it, and a ratty bone, and a hagstone, and a little glass spell bottle, basically, with little mini crystals in, and all of that. Absolutely. Wow, Kirsty, it's a whole story. You used an alternative ring as a replacement because you knew it was somewhere, but you only found it last week or the week before when you were emptying and sorting. Oh my god. But you see, I bet you put it in a safe place, didn't you? You put it in a safe place and you knew it would turn up, but I bet you weren't expecting it takes 12 years. See, I do that all the time. I am forever, I'll put something down, but it's my ADHD brain, you see, because I will go, oh, I'll just put that there, and then I instantly forget where it is. However, 2 or 3 years later, my brain goes, oh yeah, that's there. Oh, it's not, it's been moved. Where is it? Because I remember putting it there. It's a bit like this NARS blush. I know that I have had it. I remember taking it out of the drawer and going, right, it's out of the blush drawer. I'm going to take it in the lounge and compare it to the Lacura. And then I've put it somewhere safe so that I don't lose it, so I can use it on a video. And now I've lost it. But I take after my mum like that. My mum used to have a safe place. Oh, my mum used to, hang on a second. There we go, just move that table back. My mum used to have a safe space, and her safe space would always get lost as well. So yes, it is a thing. I've also just bought, and I kind of want to play with them, which sounds a bit wrong, but they just turned up. I've just bought 100. Yeah, exactly. Of course you put it in a handbag. It's you. I bought 100 nose studs because I'm fed up of losing them. So it's an assorted packet of nose studs and nose rings from Amazon. It was $12.99, so it's not the cheapest, but it means a moth. Oh yeah, it's a moth. Bye moth. But it means I've got like. It means I should not lose them, or I shouldn't be without a nose stud. And there's supposed to be some nose rings in here, but there isn't any. That's a bit gutting. But anyway, Patricia's here. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, my darling. I was at Slimming World yesterday, and because like once we've done the weighing bit, the live. I'm not gonna go into the details, but I was not in the mood yesterday. I put a pound on. I was going in expecting £3 or £4 off, and I put a pound on. So there's lots of reasons, but I was not in the mood. Oh wow! I've got a little, you can't see it, it's too far away, but there was a moon and star nose stud, so that's what we're going to wear today. That was a coppery one. So yes, I've just got all these on Amazon. They're really cool, actually. Yeah, they're really cool. Right, stop playing with the things, because you know my ADHD brain is going, oh, pretty sparklies, sparkly sparklies. Ed, you do the same. When you move to where you are now, you put a passport in a safe place and couldn't find it. Cue you getting a new passport 6 months later, you went to watch a DVD. Oh my God, was it in a DVD case? Or was it on your DVD shelf? That is, I mean, I'm not like that with passports. My passport lives in a very safe place. It's actually a QE2 cigarette box, cigarette tin from back in the day that my granddad had when he used to work on the QE2. So it's one that my mum had with all of our birth certificates and things in. And then when mum passed, I basically took it as my, it's now my safe box for things like that. So yeah, so that's kind of always, if anybody ever needs to go through me stuff when I die, if you need to know where my birth certificate, name changes, will, all of that is, just look for the QE2 cigarette box. It will be up on a shelf somewhere. I know exactly where it is in the bedroom. It'll be in the bedroom on a shelf. So if anyone needs to do that for whatever reason, or if I snuff it and you need to ring Rufus and just go, look for Lisa's QE2 cigarette box. There you go. There you go. Oh no, Ed, no, that's awful. Wow. No. Patricia, you have so many safe spaces, so safe MI5 could use them for witness protection. Yeah, but your place is really tidy. I am still in shock. I am still in shock. Your place is so tidy, and yet you have so much stuff. It's like I've gone in the back room this week and just gone, oh my God, this is not like, no. So my aim now over the next few months, again, it's going to take me months, but over the next few months is to get the back room sorted and organized like your witchy room is, because oh my God, that is goals. That is goals. When you die, please form an orderly queue. Oh my God. Like I can imagine covens coming and flocking from far and wide for your collection, Patricia. I really can. You can't be asked getting it changed. I know, right? It's expensive, isn't it now? Right, let me just see whether I can actually shove this one in my nostril. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? And then we're going to talk makeup. We are going to talk some makeup today. What day is it today? Is today? Oh, today's Thursday, isn't it? Because I'm on a live stream. Of course it is. So, oh, ow, ow. Oh, that's a bit thick. Oh, that's what she said. Oh, 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 that's very thick. There you go. Oh, you can see it though. That looks nice. I like that. Looks nice. Patricia, you didn't show me your databases. What's that? What's your databases? Oh no. Oh, Rabina's here. Hello, Rabina. How are you, my darling? I hope you are well. I hope you are very well, my darling. The Major's here. Good morning, Major. Good morning to everyone. Excuse me. Don't fight over your treats. You both got exactly the same. You had a pig ear and a foot. A chicken foot, not pig foot. If you're not likely to go, no, exactly, I wouldn't bother unless you're going abroad. But you know, it's a hassle, isn't it? It is a hassle. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. So for those of you just coming in, you might not know what we're doing today on the live stream. So what I thought was, oh my God, Patricia, really? Oh my God, you. Oh, that is goals. That is goals. You've got databases so you can find everything. Oh my God, that is so organized. Oh my God. Oh, I need someone to come and do that for my entire collection. And the makeup. Oh my God. Oh my God. I am shocked. That is goals. That is goals. Oh my God. Wow. I am impressed. Lockdown. Fair. So what we're doing today is, I thought we would do another high-end versus budget. So this isn't going to be like half a face of one, half a face of the other, because, you know, I do have to go shopping and things later. Yeah, we're not going to do that. So I don't want to have like half of my face look like, I don't want basically to look like the Batman character Two-Face. That's what I don't want to do, right? So I thought, you know what? I mean, many people have called me Two-Faced over the years, and I just reply, I'm Gemini, what do you expect? However, and I always say also, I'm not Two-Faced, because if I was, why would I wear this one? You know what I'm saying? But I didn't want to go out with like half like makeup that in 2 hours time is going to be sliding off my face, and half makeup that's going to look like, you know, I've been my face has been beaten for the gods by one of the you know, the world's best MUAs. So yeah, so we're just going to do a comparison, not a comparison, we're going to do a versus, a bitch off, a thing. What's it thing? A thing. We're doing a thing where they go head to head. A thing, a contest. No, a thing. Anyway, you know what I mean. My brain's not working. Blame ADHD and a lack of sleep. But yeah, so I was saying earlier on, this is going to be the last one for 2 weeks at least. I'm not here next week because I will be in hospital. I'm having more surgery. So yeah, that's a thing. So I'll be going in on the Wednesday, and so yes, that's all what's going to be happening. And we don't know when I'm coming out, but it's been a hectic couple of days. I wasn't due surgery until June, and now that's all been changed, and now I am due surgery on Wednesday morning. So yes, interesting. But yeah, so that's what's happening. So I won't be here next week. Hopefully I'll be here the week after. It all depends on what's going on, but depending on how I'm feeling, I might do a coffee and makeup live stream from my hospital bed next Thursday, depending on how I'm feeling. I will obviously be awake because they wake you up at the ridiculous o'clock in the morning in the hospital, and I will have had at least one coffee, so I will be kind of fairly alert. So yeah, I may well be doing that next Thursday, but I won't have all the options like I do today, where I've got, you know, like we've got lots of palettes and all the lipsticks and, you know, a plethora of stuff. It will just be with whatever I've got to go into hospital with, which there will be makeup going into hospital with me. So yes, so that's what's going to be happening next week. And then in theory, the week after, I should be back on the sofa doing it back in comfort. So at least that's the plan. Oh, that's the plan for next week. Look at that. Tucking that all back behind there. There we go. So what was I going to say? Yeah, so let's crack on with what we're doing today then. Nearly half an hour in. That's normal, isn't it? That's normal for us. Half an hour of waffling. So what I've got in front of me is I've got a bunch of W7 palettes, and I've got some ABH palettes, and technically I also have some Natasha Denona palettes. So but I wanted to keep the Natasha Denona for a separate video, but you know, maybe we can. Good morning, Neil. Necrom Neil is here. Little Miss Budget is here as well. Good morning, Ness. Good morning, Neil. Kirsty says, well, I'm glad you've got a date now, Han. Saves being in limbo, spending hours chasing appointments. Absolutely, it does. It's a little bit weird that they said there was absolutely no way I was going to be seen till June, and then all of a sudden they were like, when I spoke to the bladder cancer nursing team, they were like, oh, yep, we'll go in. We'll get you in early. So yeah, that's all happening. So we're all in the pre stage right now. So yes, that's all going on. So tomorrow is Rufus's birthday. Oh, shit, tomorrow is Rufus's birthday. Wow, I need to get some wrapping paper. I've got his cards sorted out, plural, because there's one from me and one from the children, you see. So so yeah, so I'll be doing I need to get wrapping paper today. Wrapping paper. Computer, set a reminder for 3 p.m. buy wrapping paper.
should I remind you?
2:30 today.
Okay, I'll remind you at 2:30 p.m.
Thank you. I've got my Alexa called computer. So yes, that's so good. It's so random. I do it all the time. I set that going, and then it comes up on my phone as well as she'll tell us on the thing. What was that? You've got Patricia. Oh my lord! What? 1,486 books on a database with author, subject, and where they are, which shelf, etc. Oh my god! Oh my god! Patricia's library. Wow, that is impressive. That is impressive. That is hugely impressive. Yeah, I'm not surprised you've got a database. Is it on microfiche, like in the old libraries? See, all these young people won't know what a microfiche is, will they? Everyone's saying good morning to each other. The new date is great news. Yes, thank you. It is. Patricia, that's just your style. Any excuse to make databases, indexes, lists, etc. You love it. Neil, come and do it over here anytime you want. When you are in Leeds, if you want to start tidying, organising and making lists, you feel absolutely free, my darling. You come and do it. I will let you roll. If that will make you happy, I will sacrifice my own ability to make the lists so that you can be happy. I don't mind, honest. I will sacrifice my enjoyment of organisation for you to get the pleasure that you so richly and rightly deserve, if that's what you want to do. I'll give that job to anyone. Because I'm like, no, my ADHD brain cannot cope. I was saying to Rufus about this the other day, because Rufus is somebody who, believe it or not, now Kirsty's been to this house. Kirsty knows full well that this house is like disorganized chaos. Because I do what I've done with my NARS makeup, right? I pick something up and I go, I'm going to take that into the lounge, and I put it down in the lounge, and that's its new home now. This is where it lives. It lives in the lounge. And eventually, a bit like Kirsty's wedding ring, it gets picked up, put somewhere, and moved somewhere safe. Normally, it gets put in a bag to be taken in the back room to then be put away later. And that later rarely happens. So it ends up living in that bag until such a time as I go, I can't find anything. Let's go through the bag. So yes, that is very much a thing that I do. That's a serious private library, Patricia. Oh my God, it is. You're very envious. You've always wanted a wee library reading room. If you're ever lucky enough to own a house with enough space to spare. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, could you imagine a witchy room like that? But seriously, my back room is going to be that eventually. And then we'll move to Essex. But anyway, let's crack on with today's makeup. So I've got in here, is this, no, that's Patricia, that's Natasha Denona. So I've got, this is not what I was looking for. This is what we're looking for. So what we're doing today is, I know, right? The major's there going, Natasha Denona, no. So what we're going to do today is a choice between high-end makeup and very, very low-end makeup. So we've got the ABH palettes that I own, which is the Novena, which the only thing with these, I don't like the velvet. I really don't like the velvet. I mean, this one is well beaten these days, but look at the state of that. But we've got the Novena palette. So this is kind of cool tones with a lovely cool tone purple, a few sort of warmer tones. This one here is a little bit warmer tone, but it's very much a cooler tone palette, but very lovely. We've got the standard modern Renaissance. This did the rounds for years. Oh God, and years and years and years. So yeah, very, very popular palette. I've hit pan on the white one because I always hit pan on whites first because I do white all over my eyelids. So that tends to be, or the paley one there, that tends to be what I hit pan on first. LD have got a dupe of this, by the way. It's in there, it's the Revivalist palette or something it's called. I haven't picked it up. Maybe I should. And then we've got the Riviera palette, which I do have the W7 dupe for, which I've done a video on comparing the two before. So those are the high-end palettes I thought we would go through today. But if you want, I do also have a couple of the Natasha Denona mini palettes. So we could always have a look at those as well, maybe, although I do want to save that for another video. So in fact, delete that. We're not going to do Natasha Denona today. We are just going to do the ABH versus the W7. So there we go. So the options on the W7, I've got pretty much, not all of them, but lots of them. So we've got the In the Buff, which is the dupe for the Urban Decay. We've got the Pretty Please, which is the dupe for the Urban Decay Cherry. Yep. We've got Buff Take 2, which is a dupe for the new Urban Decay one. You've got the Aldi dupe for the Novena palette, and it's terrible. I've got to say, I saw a review, somebody did a review of the Urban Decay, no, of the Aldi dupe for the Modern Renaissance, and they said that was terrible as well. They said it blended away to nothing, and it was absolutely shocking. I've got the two, the Urban Decay dupes of the cherry and the honey, the nectar one from Aldi, and they are very good, like very good, like very, very good. So yeah, like that's an option as well. It really is. So I've also got the Blazing, which is the Urban Decay Heat, the Show Off, which is, I believe, the, oh my god, who was it? It's the what's the bright pink, the bright pink ABH one, not Alexis Stone, Alicia Bright. Is it Alicia Bright? Patricia Bright. No, who is it? Alicia Keys. Oh, my ADHD brain. I know this. It's the one in the pink packaging. Alyssa Edwards. Alyssa Edwards. God, that took a lot. That took a lot of effort. Did you see my brain? Did you see the cogs whirring? The cogs were absolutely whirring. Oh, now I've got a phone call from the hospital. I'll tell you what. Bear with me a second, everybody. I missed the phone call anyway. So yeah. Oh well. They'll have to leave a message or ring back in a second. If they ring back, I'll have to just put a thing on, and I'll have to just take a little intermission. I'll have to take an intermission break. So I'll set that up ready in case they ring back, because normally they do ring back straight away. So I will double check that. The Urban Decay ones are fine. They're really good, actually. The Urban Decay dupes from Aldi are really good. But then I've also got the whatever one, which is the dupe for the Riviera. So what we're going to do today, I thought it would be good if we went from a very simple option, high end or budget. High end or budget. So ABH or W7. That is what I thought we would do today. And then we can narrow it down to the palettes and create a look that we're going to be doing today. So if you've got an ABH palette and you want me to create a particular look from it, vote for ABH, and we'll try and do that. If you've got one of the W7 palettes and you want me to create a look from one of those specifically, vote for that, and we'll try and do that. It's that simple. So then, and I've got to say, most of these palettes I've used several times over, and I'm quite happy to use either price point. From doing direct comparisons, I would say that the W7 ones take a little bit more building up than the ABH, but that's perfectly fine. I don't mind doing that. Right, okay, 1 second. I'm going to have to do this. Sorry about that. It was the hospital ringing with my pre-assessment appointment for, I've got to go tomorrow. I've got a phone call, and then on Sunday I've got to go for all my blood tests and COVID swabs and all of that stuff. So sorry about that, everyone. Right then, so whew, I'm so glad I got that one done, though. Look at that. I'm so glad that I've got that one done. Yeah, so I know, right? Intermission time. Sorry, everyone, but it was only a minute, wasn't it? I said they would ring back, and I said it would just be a minute. So we are going to get ready for at least that one's. I'm so pleased that that phone call's done now, so I don't have to worry about missing it. So I've got all my pre-assessment planned. It's so. Do you know what? Having cancer is a pain in the arse. It is such a pain in the arse. I mean, as well as feeling like crap all the time and sleeping all the time, except when I'm in bed where I can't sleep because I'm up every hour and a half to 2 hours for peeing. Apart from that, it's just all the stuff I've got to organise and keep organised in my head. Oh my God, it's almost as bad as the bloody illness itself. It's such a pain in the arse. Can't be, but I do not recommend it. Listen, if you are watching this, right, and you're thinking, oh, I know, maybe I'll just develop cancer for the next 6 months. That sounds like a fun thing to do. It's not. I do not recommend it in any way, shape or form, okay? So if you are sat there thinking, maybe I'll just get a little bit of cancer, be a bit of a fun time, it's not. It's a pain in the arse. Really is a pain. It's cramping my style, I'm telling you. This year I'm supposed to be doing psychic fairs. I'm supposed to be doing the shop. I'm supposed to be making all sorts of lovely stuff. And instead I'm sleeping through 2022. But anyway, there we go. It was a quickie. It was just a, can you make these appointments? Obviously I can. Right then, that's fine. So, you know, Sunday morning at 9:20, I've got to be at the bloody hospital, but that's fine. That's fine. Little Miss Budget is currently swearing at British Gas's useless website if the air is a bit blue. No, it's fine, Ness. We can't actually hear you, I'm afraid. You might think we can, but we can't actually hear you. Although, depends how loud you're swearing, to be fair, doesn't it? It really does. Let's just change that to live. There we go. So then, let's have a little look-see. Yeah, I know, right? Most people give up. We've got a new electric smart metery thing, so we don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So it's all taken care of. So then I tell you what, shall we do the first votes then? Are we going to for the eyeshadow part of today's look? The first vote is, remember, we're going ABH W7. So in the live stream, we need you to put, or I need you to put ABH or W7. ABH W7, and then we can whittle it down into various palettes and looks. So if you would like me to do a makeup look using the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, ABH, if you would like me to do a look using the, what I can't remember what the W in W7 stands for. It stands for something. War Paint 7. If you would like me to use the War Paint one, then put W7 in the chat and put your vote now. Right, let's see what people are preferring. Oh, we've got ABH, W7, W7. So far we've got one more vote for ABH than W7. So who hasn't voted? We've got a couple of people in the live that haven't voted. If you haven't voted yet, your vote could swing it either way. We have 3 votes for one and 2 votes for the other. Is that right? Yes, that's right. So we'll just give you a couple of seconds more just in case you haven't got round to voting yet, because it looks like we're going to go for W7 today. So no, ABH, sorry, everyone's going, no, not that one. Right then. Okay, I would say we've had plenty of time, plenty of options. You just blew your eardrums. Sorry, Patricia. That is quite loud, isn't it, when we hit that button? Sorry. Let me know, Patricia, if you would like me to do ABH or W7, because you've got maybe a deciding vote. Although if you vote for one, then it ties it. Sorry, I can't hear how loud it is. So sorry if that was super loud in your eardrums. Oopsie. Do I need to? I don't know how to turn that down. I can't control the volume on the videos. Right, there we go. Sorted. Patricia's voted for ABH as well. So now then we get to vote on the palette that we want. So we know we're going to do a high end. So we've got the higher end, because these days £43 for a palette isn't actually that shockingly expensive these days, is it? Like, I know when these came out, £43 was quite a bit, whereas these have been out for a good while and they haven't really increased in price. They're still around the £43-44 mark on Beauty Bay. I think, having said that, my head just went, are they now £48? I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, let's just have a quick looky. So ABH is stop stalling. No, we're going for ABH. So then we've got the 3 palettes to vote on. I do keep thinking about getting Soft Glam, but it's a bit boring, the Soft Glam palette. But I am now, Neil's now trained to pull one ear out for the intros and mid-end titles. Are they that loud? Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. They were in TK Maxx a few weeks ago, the Riviera palette. Were they? Oh, God, I hope you all picked one up. The Riviera is a grand palette. Grand palette. It's a really good palette. Lots of bright colours, lots of good options. Oh, I did not know that. I did not know that. Sorry, everyone. I didn't realise how loud that was. But anyway, right then, you've never said, Neil, you've never said, can you just turn the volume down? Because I could probably, I don't know how to change it, but I might be able to change it. So then, these are going to be the 3 options. So we've got Riviera, Novena, or Modern Renaissance. So just do Modern, Novena, or Riviera in the chat. We're ready for another vote. Pull your earplugs out, guys. Oh God, I hate people who. Do you know what? I never use the word guys. I find it such a gendered term. I think it's really horrendous. Except I keep watching a YouTuber who uses it all the time, and it's seeping back into my vocabulary. I need to not do that. I hate it. Oh, Nanette's here. Nanette's Necessities. Good morning, Nanette's Necessities. I hope you are well. Good morning, everyone. Everyone's saying good morning to you, my darling. So then, so far, Nanette, I tell you what you've missed. We voted ABH or W7, and everyone's voted for ABH. We are now going between the 3 palettes I have by Anastasia Beverly Hills, which is the Riviera, the Novena, and the Modern Renaissance. So that is the next vote. Pop your earplug out, everybody, if you need to pop your earplug out. And we're going to go now for, can I check? No, I can't change the volume on it either. We're going to go for the vote. Riviera, Modern Renaissance, or Novena. Let's have a look at what's in the chat then. So we have 1 for Modern Renaissance, 2 for Modern Renaissance, 1 for Novena. Do we have any more? Any more? Because so far Modern Renaissance is getting it, which is I thought you had all gone for Riviera. It shows how much I know. Right, so Modern, yep, Modern. So we're going for Modern Renaissance. Okie dokie. This is one of the most boring ones, but it's fine. It's not boring. It's got a few pops of interesting colours. So then this is what we're going to use today. So then I guess, shall we? So we're going to be going on for more the reds and oranges sort of tones then. So slightly more autumnal tones maybe. So yes, right, okay. I can see a few options that we can use today. So the next vote then. The next vote is going to be very, very simple. Do we want to go for a everyday wearable look using the Modern Renaissance, or do we want to go for a more glam look using the Modern Renaissance? So what I mean by that is the everyday look will still be using, you know, maybe a couple of the brighter colors, a couple of those reds. So it will be a bit more of a softer look, a bit more of a easy to wear. This is how you use the Modern Renaissance everyday look. Whereas the glam look will be maybe slightly more winged out, maybe slightly more like slightly more evening, slightly more special occasion. So if you want me to use this palette to do an everyday look, just put everyday. If you want me to use it to do a glamorous evening type look, just put glam, and we'll put that in the chat in the vote now. So again, pop your earbud out, everybody. Let's go for it. What we've got on here. Right, so we've got 2 for every day, 3 for every day, 2 for glam. Oh, 3 for glam, 4 for glam. Oh, it looks like glam has got it. Oh, really? Right, okay. Glam, 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 glam. 4 glams. Every day, every day, every day. 3 for every day. Right, so we're going for a glam look. Right. Okay. I've got to go shopping. You bastards. Okay. Oh God. Why do I even do this to myself? Oh God. Right, okay, glam it is. Jesus. Oh, you all make me laugh. I love you a lot so much. You really do like sticking it to me, don't you? Right then, glam it is. Right, so we're going to use the eye primer. I'm starting to run really low on this. I don't know whether you can see just how low it's getting. You say channel your inner Frankenfurter. I can't. I've got to go shopping. We'll do a glam. We're just going to do glam. We're just going to do. You've all voted for it, so we're going to do a glam. Right. I've now found a new way of applying this to use even less, because I'm making this, eking this out for as long as possible, because they don't make this one anymore. And I don't really yet want to order the MAC soft ochre one until this is completely gone. So I am eking out, but like you can see through even the base of it, it's just around the edges now. But it still works really well, actually. I think I was overusing this for as many times as I was. So I mean, this has been in my team project pan, which I will film this week. In fact, I might even try and film it after this if I can. The update and what's happening with all of that, because I'm still doing it. I'm still using the project pan products. I just obviously haven't been able to film with all the cancer shit going on. But let's face it, Lisa, you are glam. I'm not glam. I'm not high maintenance at all. Ask Rufus. Yeah, something like that. So I'm just applying the eye primer. Now, again, I've got to say, right, that since I've been using this every day, I really, really, really totally get using an eye primer now. I really do. I totally get using an eye primer. It works so much better. It really does. It makes it last a little bit longer. It sticks the colors to your face a little bit more. It just works so much better than just going on to bare skin or even just over foundation. Now, I never used to see the point in an eye primer unless I was testing out new products. So if I was testing something, then it made sense, because I always put an eye primer down to give it a test so that everything was equal. Because sometimes, you know, sometimes I'll put it on bare skin, sometimes I'll put it over, you know, foundation and powder, sometimes just foundation. And now it works because I do it all the time the same. It kind of works a bit better. Oh, the chavvy neighbours are out again. Oh my God. Can you hear them shouting? I've also just managed to get something in my eye. That was really clever, Lise. Well done. Hang on. Oh, what did I just put in my eye? Did I just get an eyelash? I think I just poked an eyelash on myself. And I've seen what you're written, Major, and I'm just ignoring it. He's calling me a scruff, everyone. I know, right? Look at that. I said I was going to ignore it, and then I'll comment on it. That's ADHD for you. I know, I'm such a scruff bag, aren't I? So, right, primer is down. So let's go into the look, a glam look. So we're going to start off with, what are we going to do today? So let's use a medium fluffy brush. I'll get my, I would get my color switch, but it's not in there. So I swear down, we've got pixies or elves or something in this flat, bloody fairies that move things. I swear down, absolutely not even joking. Right, okay. So we're going to do it the old-fashioned way, using a textured makeup wipe as our makeup remover. That's what we're going to do today. I know, Major. Same here, love. Same here. Right then. So we're just going to give the brush a quick little wipey over on the makeup on the wipe, and then we are going to go into the Novena. It's because I'm looking at Novena there. There we go, into the Modern Renaissance. So I think let's put a light on. Let's make things a little easier. Hang on. There we go. Let's go for a warm light. There we go. It's a bit better, isn't it? A bit better. So then I think we're going to go with the shade Tempera, which is this white one, or this creamy toned one just up here. So it's an off-white shade. I wonder if I can move you in a little bit closer without disrupting everything. Right, let me just try. Hang on a second, everyone. I'm going to try, and it means moving everything else that I've organized around, but don't worry about that. That's just, again, an ADHD brain problem. So if I put the laptop up there, because I wasn't feeling it, Nanette, sorry, unfortunately, I wasn't feeling it. Yeah. Right, I've got my coffee. Hang on. And if I move that to there, I can move this table. Oops. No, it's still bedtime, you lot. You've still got your treats. Oh, right, here we go. This is how we're doing it. And then we're going to bring you all the way forward. Look at that. Oh, hello, everybody. That's scary, isn't it? Wow, scary. It's like when you see Jaws first time in the movie. Oh, scary. Right, there we go. That works probably a bit better. I have got a skirt on, by the way. It's just got a slit down the middle. So down both sides of the middle. It's one of these ones where you've got like a front panel and a back panel, and they're down. See, from your thigh downwards, it's split, so they're nice and open when you walk. It's lovely. I love it. Right. So where's my brush? There we go. It's going to be a bit weird, reorientating everything. Get some honey and leave it out for them, and maybe they will stop moving your stuff. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Honey or milk is another thing. Well, we don't have the Fae in this house. This house is barred to the Fae. There is iron over the doorway, so we don't have the Fae in this house. Just for that very reason, because I don't like the Fae. I don't work with the Fae. I never have, and I never will. Well, no, I say I never have. I have, which is why I don't like the Fae. So yes, but there's definitely a trickster energy going on at the moment. But it could also just be ADHD brain me, to be fair. It really could. Anyhow, so this is the shade Tempera. It's the first one on the palette. So if you've got the dupe for this from Aldi or one of the other dupes, this is the one I'm going for. So we're going to lay this down as kind of our setting thing. Print of the screenshot and put it in front of the fire to keep kids away from the fire. Thanks, Patricia. Thanks for that. It would work. It also works as contraception. Because if you put that above your bed, no one's going to be able to get it. Oh God, that's what I come here for, to get riotously ridiculed. Right, let's put some makeup on my face. Right, I know, right? God. So we're putting this on the inner corner, and we're going to take it up to pretty much up to above the crease line, because we're not actually going to be setting the shadow with this, the primer with it, but kind of. We're just adding it in as a nice transition shade stroke, like highlight shade. And I'm doing the same for the other eye. So just going above the crease line, basically on where you would normally put your transition color, but I'm laying this down as a little bit of a base, just a little bit of a base. They've always been good to you, then keep working with them, Nanette. That's absolutely grand. They are not part of the magical world that I will ever again work with or allow anywhere in. So we don't have like the little, the fey doors that you can get that you put in your garden. We don't have any of those. I don't have any fairy iconography. I speak very, 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 very rarely of the fae. Just no. Nope, they're not something that I invite, or oh yes. You've been watching all the Jaws films recently, Neil. You see, this is why we're connected. Odd that you made the Jaws reference. I've been watching all the Jaws films recently. I've been rewatching the kill counts on Dead Meat, which is a YouTube channel for the Jaws films, and it's been making me want to rewatch them. Right, let's go in with some colours. So I think, so we're going for glam. So let's pull this onto the, so there's two options we've got. I'll tell you what, we'll do it, we'll do a vote. If I say I don't believe, will they lose their wings? Hopefully, Major. Right, I tell you what we'll do, everyone. Can I control it from the screen still? Yes, I can. Right, I tell you what we'll do, right? So there are two very distinct color palettes on this. We've got some cool tone colors and we've got some warmer tone colors. So pretty much, if you look, most of the top row is cool tone, most of the bottom row is warmer tone. So with the exception, I would say this brown here at the end is kind of a neutral, but the rest of these shades are very much, they pull to the cooler tones, and these ones, apart from this one here, which is also quite cool tone, most of these pull to the warmer tones. So we'll put that again to the vote. Do you want, and again, I'm completely neutral on this, so do we go with a warm tone look today using the bottom row, or a cool tone look using the top row? Because I think it will depend on what we go with, will depend on what we end up with. So we're definitely going for something glam, cool tone or warm tone. That's the option. Please put your vote in the chat. Pop your earbuds out, everybody. We're pressing it now. Neil and the Fae have always got on, but think that it's because you naturally have a lot of trickster energy. Yeah, you do actually. Warm, 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 warm. Everybody's saying warm. Literally everybody has said warm. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going for the bottom row. So then we'll start off with our transition shade. Let's go into the oranges and end up with that red. Okay, so is that a shimmer? Let me just double check. We've got, okay, that's a brick color. That's a lovely shade, that one. Okay, I'm just giving a few swatches just to see, and then that's going to be the only shimmer, isn't it? Yes. Okay, right. Okay, that's our bottom row. Okay, fabulous. So wipe it off my hand. Warm it is, exactly, warm it is. So then we're going to go in with this second shade here. Now on camera it's looking quite a bit more yellow because again this one here is pulling slightly cool tone. So can you all see, because I know quite often I talk about cool tone, warm tone, can you see the difference in the color range? So like these ones here, this red here is pulling slightly more red. To be fair, this one next to it is pulling a little bit more like a bluer red, if that makes sense. There's like a blue undertone to it. And actually this one here, as I was saying, is a little bit more warm tone, except when you swatch them, let me show you the difference. Right, well that's, you can see the difference on my finger. So I don't know how well that's going to be showing up, but there's a slight difference between the two reds. So this one here is pulling a little bit more pinky, whereas this one here is pulling slightly more onto the sort of bluer side of things. And it's just a slight difference in the way that the undertones are. Now this is quite a cooler tone, neutral cool tone palette. There's not a lot of warmth on this. Not like with the Riviera where it's a much warmer one, but the Soft Glam is also quite a cool tone, cool to neutral tone palette. So it just kind of, it depends on your coloring as to what works for you. Now for me, my undertones are quite neutral. Even with this light on that I've got here, my undertones are still quite, yeah, they are quite neutral here. So I tend to pull slightly, ever so slightly yellow on my foundation sort of ranges, but slightly yellow, like ever so slightly. So I tend to be on the neutral side. So if any of my foundations, if they come in a, you know, you'll get like a, sometimes you'll get a foundation shade and it'll be like 1W, 1N, 1C, one cool, one warm, one neutral. I always go for the neutral because my undertones actually pull slightly more neutral. And although there is a slight hint of yellow, it isn't enough to warm up my skin. So I'm really lucky. I can wear cool tones and I can wear warmer tones. For me, it depends on my foundation choices and my bronzing and all the rest of it as to basically how I pull my look overall, whether I end up going for a warmer look or a cooler look. So I tend to opt for more warmer face products, and then on my eyes I can pull it either way. It's just, that's just sort of tends to be how I prefer to warm up my skin, because I don't go out in the sun because of having the skin cancer scare years ago. It means that I don't ever tan, so because of that my skin is always kind of this tone, this color, so it never really warms itself up. So especially during the spring summer months, I tend to add in more bronzer and a little bit more warmth to the outside of my face, so it's got that slightly more like I've been outside type look. And so yeah, for me it just makes it a little bit easier if I'm doing a warm look to warm up the skin. And again, because I've got that neutral skin, I can really go, I can pull either way. So yeah, you remember reading a book in the 60s? Oh, what? The book, what, Jaws? And then the film blew you away, a fabulous film. Yeah, I don't mind the Jaws films. For free, do you have them on DVD or Blu-ray? They I don't know. Have a look on the streaming services, because quite often you'll find them on Netflix and things. But yeah, have a little look. See, right then, when was the first film released? Oh my God, wasn't it 80? It wasn't 79, was it? No, it wasn't 79. Or was it? Someone Google it for Patricia. Right, we're going to go in with this second tone here, which is the warmer, sort of slightly ochre-esque, I guess. It's called, oh, it's called burnt orange. I don't think this is really a burnt orange color, but you know, it's what they call it. So we're going to go from the outer corner and we're going to go in on the crease line. And you can see instantly it creates that warmer tone. And then I'm just going to use the brush. I'm just fluffing it up a little bit. I know, right? I'm a fluffer. I'm just taking that colour up a little bit for me because I've got this hooded eye. So again, let's do it on the other eye. So you can probably see it a little bit clearer with this one because of the way the light's hitting it. So I'm placing the colour just there. And then 1975. Wow. Oh my God. I wasn't even born. I mean, technically at the back end of 75, I was, yeah, at the back end of 75, I would have been, you know, in utero, but absolutely. Wow. I thought it was 79. That's bonkers. That is bonkers. And it's still a watchable film and quite a decent film today, although some of the effects look a bit dodgy. Oh, Bruce looks a bit dodgy, doesn't he, these days? If you don't know, Bruce was the name of the shark in the first film, the animatronic. Spoilers! I know, right? So yes, there you are. Look, so that is, as you can see, it's quite, it might look a little bit sort of clownish right now, but it will completely blend up and blend out. I'm just going back in with this one just to blend this one a little bit more. It's gone a little bit, not patchy, but it's sticking just here. I don't know why that is. Let's just add a little bit more color on, just like so. There we go. So I'm looking forward to next Thursdays, to be fair. Assuming I'm well enough. I mean, I might be in pain. To be fair, it could be the first ever coffee and makeup where I'm off me tits on morphine. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? That would be interesting. Thank you, Nanette, for Googling it. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Yeah, trying to do a look when I am very much off my brains. Right then, so we've got this shade down. I think we're going to skip along to what do I want to do today? Let's have a look. So we're going for glam. So we want to go with, do we go with the red? I think we're going to need to go red tone. Do we fade it into the red? Yeah, go on, we'll fade it into the red. So we're going to use the tone right here at the end, which is Real Gar. Real Gar, the end one, this orangey one here. This orangey one, Real Gar. You can tell how little I've used this one. I tend to opt more for the reds on this, but we're going to use this orange one today. It's not a palette, to be fair, it's not a palette that I tend to pick an awful lot. Do not buy a subscription box though. To what? Don't buy a subscription box to what, Patricia? I mean, the first film I quite like. The second film was a bit interesting. It was basically just a remake, wasn't it? The third film in 3D is interesting. It's got some amazing special effects. Amazing. It's just amazing. The 3D is so good. Where it breaks through the glass. Oh my God, that's funny. So yeah, right. We're just building this color up on the outer corner, but underneath that crease line. And I'm just going to keep it sort of under the crease line, if you like. So it's still going across the crease, but I'm keeping it lower down. And I'm just building it up slowly because we're going to put a bit of red on the outer corner. So we're just building up that orangey hint of orange, like so. And then I might just blend that up a little bit as well. Go on, we'll blend it up a little bit. Just because it's quite a nice shade, we're just going to add that up just a little tiny bit. Add it up. Just smoke it up towards the eye. In fact, we're going to end up, this is going to end up being a smoky eye. I've just decided a autumnal coloured glam smoky eye. There you go. That's what we're doing. I was going to wing it out, but we're going for smoky now. Now then, doing your makeup while mashed up. That could be both hilarious and fabulous. Just think of where the look could end up. it could end up doing my face on morphine. Could be a whole thing. It could really be a whole thing. Yes. Stay tuned next Thursday then. Stay tuned next Thursday and we'll see. I mean, I'll be catheterized. I'll have irrigation bags running. I'll probably be in quite a serious amount of pain, so it would be very interesting. Oh wow, that's funny. Neil just watched Jaws 3D and absolutely loved it for all the reasons that he loves horror films. Yeah, bad effects. It would. I agree, Ed. I agree. It will be good. We'll do that then. We'll do that. I'll book it in for next Thursday. Bearing in mind they'll come round about midday with me lunch, so I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna have me lunch now. Assuming you know that they don't decide to forget me and stick me in a side room. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Yeah. Dragon looks. Dragon looks? I don't know what that means, Patricia. What do you mean by dragon looks? Must admit, I thought Jaws was released in 79, but that might be E.T. I know one mega film was released the year I was born. I don't remember. Star Wars was... I think the original came out in 77. And I think Empire came out in 79. And I think Return of the Jedi came out in 81. I think. Green scales, red stripes. What I'll end up with? Yeah, I know, right? So we're kind of getting there with this smoked out sort of look, almost smoked out look. You weren't born then, Nanette. No, I know. Neither was I. I wasn't born in 81, even though I went to the cinema in 81 to see Return of the Jedi, which is the one where Darth Vader takes his helmet off, and I had nightmares for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. But no, I wasn't born then. Honestly, I wasn't. So we're then going to go in with the shade Venetian Red, which is this one down here. I should have gone in with... No, it's fine. We're just gonna jump. We're going to jump to the Venetian Red. And I'm going to apply it on the outer corner and then really take it again and smoke it in with those other shades just on the outer corner. But then I'm going to take a clean brush in a second and I'm going to blend it into the crease line, because all I'm doing by adding that in there is I'm kind of overlaying the red on top of those oranges, which I don't want to do too much. I don't want to get rid of that orange shade altogether. I want there to be a little bit of a transition. So I'm just moving the shade now, as you can see, halfway across the eye, just to kind of give it that sort of red. And I know on camera, it's now looking absolutely bonkers. 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 Let's have a look. So then, I've got that song in my head. Bonkers. Oh gosh. Right. Clean fluffy blending brush. Let's go super in so you can see. And I'm just going to circular motion, move the shadows around. I'm starting with that red and I'm just moving it out and up a little bit, just on the outer corners. And then I'm going to then take it further in. So again, it's just creating a little bit more warmth with that lovely red tone, but I'm not getting rid of that orange there totally, because I want it to be kind of a nice smoky transition. Now, I've got to say, in person, it doesn't look as bonkers as it does on camera. It is looking properly like intense. It's not that intense in person, especially once you kind of blend and smoke that out just a little bit. Now, I'm taking it kind of all around the eye shape, so I'm keeping it sort of a really smoky and diffused outer edge, as you can see here. Now I am going to take the burnt orange color, which is this one all the way back here that we used. I'm taking a tiny bit on the blending brush, controversial, and I'm just going to use that just to smoke that red out even more and diffuse that out on the outer corner. Okay, so we're keeping that kind of that shade there, and we're just blending it back in with that red, so to slightly diffuse it and so to create more of a smoked look. Now, because I've not got my foundation on, I'm going to be able to clean this line up in a minute and really get it zonked, if that makes sense. Get it absolutely like cut that, not cut that crease, but we're going to cut that line. We could cut a crease. Do I need to cut a crease? No, I don't. Right, anyway, back in with the brush, give it a wipe off so there's no more color on it, and we're going in and doing the same on the other side, starting on where we've placed that red, circular motion with the blending brush, holding the brush right down here at the end, and trying to kind of keep it fairly neutral on rather than sticking it up. I know I always tend to do that, but I'm just resting my arm on my bosom, and then we are just, I love that word bosom. Bosom for me is a real old-fashioned word. You know, bosom and bust. Like, I'm just resting this on my bust. Like, oh, I'm a busty blonde or whatever. Like, busty tends to be younger, but when you're a bit older, you get a bosom, don't you? So I'm resting it on my bosom. I love that word. I love the word bosom. It reminds me of my nan. I don't know why. I don't think she ever used it in my presence, but you know, I can't imagine my nan saying bosom. Should just have said me front or me chest, because my mum would have just said tits, but you know. Anyway, just taking this around and just blending this in a little bit and not all the way into that inner corner, so we keep that orange, and you can see it just diffuses that outer edge a little bit more and just diffuses it, so it keeps that red there. It just kind of diffuses it over the eye, so it makes it a much more a softer, more gentle. Sometimes it can be really easy, especially when colors are pigmented. It can be very easy just to get kind of almost like a child's painting, where it's like slop. The color is just placed there and it's not blended and it looks like a clown, to be honest. That's very, very simple. I've seen so many people when they're posting pictures of their makeup, so many people end up looking like clowns. Because they apply the color, but then they don't blend, or they'll apply, like, especially with sunset eyes or transition eyes, where you go from a lighter to a darker, they'll place the color in the right place, but then they won't blend it out. So you just get this sort of like shtum, one light color, and then shtum, this dark color on the outer edge. And it literally looks like a child's drawing. Now, that's fine if you're going for that editorial, that sort of very sort of runway, that very intense look, and you want the color to be exactly where you place it, and you're doing very like defined lines between the colors. Sometimes if I do a rainbow look, then it is literally chop, 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 chop. Then, and it's that, then that is something that is, you know, that's great. If that's what you want to do, that is absolutely great, and it's got its place. But I think if you're doing something where you're trying to go from a lighter to a darker, or you know, from one shade to another, and you want that progression, you've got to blend, blendy, 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 blend, and then blendy, blend some more. It's got to be blended, and it is a skill, and it does take a bit of time, and it is so much easier just to go shloop, whack the color on, I'm done in 10 minutes. But it looks so much more professional and so much more suited to your eyes, and so much more like less like a 5-year-old getting hold of their you know, parents' makeup palette or an older sibling's palette, and just whacking it on their face. It looks a lot more grown up if you blend. So yeah, if you take nothing else away from all of these videos that I ever do, the blendy, 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 blend, take that, please learn to blend. All I'm saying. And I know most of you are quite experts these days at blending, because I've seen a lot of your pictures on that there YouTube, not YouTube, Instagram and places. So I'm going back in just a tiny bit of that burnt orange, and just again smoking and diffusing that outer edge out, and I'm taking it almost up to the brow line, just with whatever's left on the brush afterwards, just to really enhance and bring back that sort of burnt orange element to it. So it sort of is now, you know, you can see there is actually a blend line there. And especially with this one, you can see that that blend is there. It's quite nice. I am just going to take back that first pale cream color, and I'm just adding that back in, just on that inner corner, just to blend that out again. And the same on this eye. This eye's looking a little bit more intense, not because it actually does in person, but because the light is there, is hitting it. Look, if I turn, oh, I can't turn the light off. There you go. If I angle the light away, there you go. So now we've got the same lighting, and you can see the eyes look a lot more similar. So yes. Right then, we're going to use the Primavera. I couldn't read that then. This shimmer here, the Primavera shimmer, which is this sort of, it's a champagne-y toned. I would say it's definitely champagne rather than Prosecco toned. Oops, sorry. So the champagne tone is kind of like, it's got a slight gold pull to it. So we're going to place this on the lower lid, on the mobile lid, just where, on the inner corner, where we haven't put any shadow yet. I'm going to take it all the way across to pretty much the outer corner. So we're not going all the way to the outer corner. We're stopping probably 3/4 of the way in, if you can see. So it's just giving us that little pop of color. I'm going to do the same on this one. So there you go. Look, you can see it's definitely on. I am just going to take another little bit on my finger and just place it on the nose, not on my nose. What's the word I'm looking for? On my inner eye. Good Lord. Good Lord. There we go. Am I talking to you? What about Jaws? What about, oh, about your favourite vampire films? Hang on a second. Sorry, I've missed it, Ninette. Hang on, let me go back. What's it say? Well, I'll be doing a video today on your favourite vampire movies. Oh, we were talking about this. I have seen, by the way, when we were talking about vampire films the other day, I have seen What We Do in the Night, What We Do in the Shadows, What We Do in the Dark. Whatever that film is. The housemate one. I have seen that one. What We Do in the Dark? No. What We Do in the Shadows? What We Do in the Night? What's it called? Whatever that one's called. Yeah, that one. I have seen that. So I don't know whether it was you saying about that, Ninette, the other week, when we were talking about vampire films. And I said, oh, I haven't seen that. I have seen it. I haven't seen the TV show they've done as a spin-off, but I have seen it. So sorry if you thought I was ignoring you. I wasn't ignoring you. What We Do in the Shadows? See, that doesn't sound right in my head. This is probably why I don't recognize things, because in my head it's What We Do in the Dark, but I don't know why it's What We Do in the Dark. So no, Ninette, I wasn't ignoring you. I can talk vampire films until I am just hoarse. But I still think my all-time. Oh, okay, all right then. So all-time top 3 vampire films. Go. Off the top of my head, I would say Lost Boys #1. Oh, that's controversial. Yeah, Lost Boys #1. Oh God, Blade, maybe. Oh, what I mean is, am I bad at blending? I don't know. I wasn't talking about your blending. No, I was talking about, oh my God, go on to, oh, what's it called? See, brain. What We Do in the Dark sounds like another genre of film. Technically, yes. There is a film, oh, fuck, what's it called? On Reddit, I think it is r/makeup shaming or r/makeup fails. I can't remember which one it is. But there's one of those on Reddit. Oh my God, go and have a look on that, Nanette. Go and have a look on that. You will see, you will see, you will see. Just go and have a look on that. I've been on Reddit recently quite a bit looking at stuff for future videos. I want to do some reactions. Now I don't make up shame because like we've all been there. I've walked away from Thursdays with dodgy looks on my face, trust me. And there's been plenty of times where I've had to take the makeup off. So trust me, Reddit r/ makeup fails, and I'm sure it's called makeup shame or makeup shaming, where there are some, like literally, I've been looking at those photos recently. Oh my God. But no, your makeup looks good. Everybody, it's the ones where they've got their face, they've got a professional makeup artist to do it for their wedding or something, and they just look horrendous, and it's not blended, and it's just like, oh my God. Those ones. But yeah, go have a look at that. Right, hang on a second. What are we looking at? Lost Boys, Dusk Till Dawn, Interview with the Vampire. Nosferatu. I like Nosferatu. I would say mine would be, that's good. I like that, Ed. Mine would definitely be Lost Boys. Would I put Interview with the Vampire in my top 3? Right, of all time. Oh God, there's so many. Yeah, I would go Lost Boys. I would then go oh God, it's really hard. Definitely Lost Boys. Yaz is in. Yaz. Hi, Yaz. Hi. I'm my brain is stopped because I'm trying to think about like all the major films are going through. Oh, see, Vampire, the anime, Vampire Blood, Vampire Hunter. Oh, so good. I don't know if that's a series. I can't remember. That was so good. It seems you popped in at the right time. 1, What We Do in the Shadows. Okay. 2, Lost Boys, and 3, Only Lovers Left Alive. I don't think I've seen that one. Right. So, God, I've started it now, haven't I? I would say, okay, she's looking at her video collection, her DVD collection. I would say, what do I, it depends whether we're talking videos, films that I can watch and rewatch, or films that I just were instrumental of their time. I think Into the Vampire, Blade, were absolutely pivotal films of its time. Same with Bram Stoker's Dracula, although I didn't really like that. I think Gary Oldman was way over the top there. But likewise, the Christopher Lee Dracula films, like the Hammer horror films, they were just pivotal. I quite like, for various reasons, I quite like Blackula, the blaxploitation film from back in the day. I think that is a film of its time. Nosferatu, obviously. Was it Shadow of a Vampire, which was the film behind the making, or the fantasy behind the making of Nosferatu, where Max Schreck was an actual vampire. That was interesting. Razorblade Smile from the 90s always gets me because it is such a low budget but amazingly bad but very funny vampire film. I think, would you consider films like Fright Night? He's a vampire. And like, I think Salem's Lot. And, oh God, there's so many. Okay, we'll say from the 80s onwards. So we rule out a lot of the but also the Argento, Dario Argento. Oh my God, what's it called? What's it called? What's it called? Suspiria. That's bizarre. And the Sting film, that was Sting did a vampire film, didn't he? Or am I thinking of Bowie? I can't remember. Oh my God, there's so many. This right, okay, just from the 80s onwards, from the 80s to now. So let's do the last 50. Oh my God. In the last 50 years, that's like 70s. Okay, we'll do the last 42 years from 1980 to 2022. So I would say, oh, but then what about? Oh my God, I would say Lost Boys. Can you ignore Twilight? I don't like Twilight, but it completely it resurrected a massive. Oh, but then like the Dracula. No, actually, it wasn't very good, was it? Dracula AD and Dracula. No, they weren't. And Dusk Till Dawn. You see, Dusk Till Dawn's a very good vampire film. I love Dusk Till Dawn. I would probably say, if we're just capping it to 80s onwards, so the last 40-ish years, I would say, right, here we go. My definitive list. Oh God, but they're also obvious. Oh, I'm such a mainstream bitch. I would say Lost Boys, Dusk Till Dawn. Oh, I mean, if I can have a tie between Interview and Blade, oh, what would get it if I could only choose one? Oh, I would say Interview, because Interview keeps the sort of the foppish, dandyish vampire, which Lost Boys and Dusk Till Dawn were kind of reactions against. Whereas in Interview, it kind of kept that slightly more hammerish, slightly more hammy vampire element. Oh, that's really hard. Can you see how much I'm struggling? Literally, I'm talking 10 minutes about vampire films. Jesus. Right. Queen of the Damned is good, but is nowhere near my top 10. Vampire D Hunter. Vampire Hunter D. Vampire Hunter D. Oh my God, that was so good. You also cast Dark Shadows with Johnny Depp as a vampire movie. Oh, yeah, that wasn't very good. That wasn't very good. I didn't like that. I've got it on DVD. I wasn't a major fan. I like Johnny Depp. You love Fright Night, yeah. The old Hammer House horror films, they're fabber, absolutely. Top 4 Fright Night is your favorite film of all time, so that's your favorite vampire film. Absolutely. Tom Hiddleston and Only Lovers as a Vampire. Oh, that sounds interesting, Yaz. I hope you're doing all right, Yaz. Razorblade Smile. Ness, please tell me you've watched it recently. Please tell me you've watched it recently. It's so good. It's so good. Dracula, the original Christopher Lee one. Yeah, absolutely. Lost Boys, Dusk Till Dawn Interview. Oh my God, Nanette, I think we've just matched. Queen of the Damned is your second favorite vampire film and one of your favorite ever films. It's in your latest issue, which is proving to be controversial. It's just turned up on my doorstep, Neil. It's just, I've got it there to open. I recognize it because of the stickers, which I love. So I've just got it. Yeah, no. I will have to say, when it comes to Queen of the Damned, you are wrong. If in my opinion, that's one we will absolutely disagree with. It wouldn't even be in my top 10. Wouldn't even be in my top 10. Stuart Townsend makes a very good Lestat, but what is all this? What is all this business with the Queen? What is all? No. You have Twilight, but you're not talking about them. No, Twilight wouldn't be in my top 10. No, Neil, we were such good friends until then. We were so close. All these years, I didn't know you were a closet Queen of the Damned fan. I mean, it's not the worst vampire film. All right, we'll do that list. Worst vampire films. And we'll keep it to 80s to now. So we rule out the Hammers and all of those ones. We'll just do worst vampire films from then till now. My top worst one would be whichever the one was that Dracula was Judas. Was that Dracula 2000? It might have been Dracula 2000. That instantly springs to mind. And then I would. I can't. It's not even letting me bring your comment up, Neil. I am. I am. I am lost for words. Let's go back to talking about makeup before friendships end. Because Twilight would probably be in. If I picked the top 5 worst films, Twilight would probably be in there for me, in all honesty, because I just found the story really boring. I mean, you know, Jacob shirtless, hell yeah. But the rest of it I just found really plodding. It was obvious the way the storyline was going to go. Like literally from 5 minutes into the first, or 10 minutes in, whatever it is, once you establish the characters in the first film, you know the way the entire franchise is going to go. Oh no, 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 yes, oh no, oh look, everyone's. I know, but you like okay. I mean, you like bad horror, so I guess I guess I can give you a pass on that. But oh Lord, it is. There's bad and then there's bad. Anyway, oh my God, look what we've done. Look what we have done. We have started something here, talking about blooming vampire films. Worst vampire films of all time. Then, my worst vampire film, I would say, my worst, my, Twilight would be in my bottom 5. In all honesty, from the 80s onwards, I would also put in there. I think. Hang on a second. Thank you, LV. Stop licking her ear. Thank you. Yes, you know that noise goes right through, mummy. That's it now. Stop, please. Thank you. You can do that later. I would say that was the remake of Fright Night. That was still the vampires, wasn't it? That I didn't like. I would say, oh God, there's so many bad ones, isn't there? Let's not do that. Let's not do this list. Let's just go on with some makeup. So what am I doing? Where am I up to? I can't remember. What have I done? What have we? Look, I'm still thinking whether I am disappointed in myself that I would still put that it would be Lost Boys, Dusk Till Dawn, and Interview Stroke Blade. I am really disappointed that like some of the more out there films didn't get a look in, but those are the ones I genuinely enjoy. Dracula Untold, Kiss of the Vampire. Oh God, good Lord. Yes, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Oh yeah, that was bad. As was Van Helsing. I didn't like that. Most of the 2000s sort of the Dracula reborn, Dracula reliving, Dracula whatever. 30 Days of Night. I actually quite liked that. I quite liked that one. Yeah, I quite liked that actually, Ness. It's a bit of a slog in places, but no, I actually quite liked that. I think like I actually think Suspiria would be up higher up in my list, like possibly top 4, top 5. I think Blade 3 would be in my bottom 5. because it was just so horrendous. I think probably Queen of the Damned would be in my bottom 5, absolutely. So it would be bottom 5 would be Twilight, Queen of the Damned, Blade 3, Dracula 2000. Dracula 2000 would be number 1 because that was horrendous. Argento's Dracula 3D. Oh God. Oh, Underworld. Yeah. Dracula 2000 would be absolutely at the top of my worst list. And then followed by you see Argento's. I keep thinking Argento. I keep going to his Phantom of the Opera, but that isn't the Dracula one. The Dracula one is bad, but the Phantom's 10 times worse. So yeah, it would be number 1 worst film of all time, worst vampire film of all time would be Dracula 2000. The special effects, the story, all of it just horrendous. My second worst would be Blade 3. Third would be Twilight series, all of them. And fourth would be Queen of the Damned, which would make 5. 5 would be Fright Night the remake. There you go. That's my top 5 worst ones. Anyway, for those of you that don't watch horror films or anything else, I know, right, we're completely missing you out from the conversation. What about then top 3 from the last 20 years? So we'll just narrow it down a little bit. Top 3 rom-coms. You're all going to say, like, I don't watch rom-coms now. Top 3 rom-coms. Romantic comedies. There you go. I would say one of my top 3 romantic comedies would be Deadpool. Fight me. You're too fragile for horror films. Wow. Yes, so I would say Deadpool is one of my top 3 romantic comedies. I love it. Right, what are we up to on the face? Right, we need to do a little bit of cleanup, and we need to do some more stuff. And I've just realized once again my mascara and liners are all over there, so I'm gonna have to move you all in a second. Right, so I'm just using, I don't need to use that. What am I doing? I've got me cotton rounds again. Here we go. My cellar water, Notting Hill, 4 weddings in a funeral on the holiday. Would I say Notting Hill? Would I say Notting Hill? I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her. 4 weddings I like. I haven't seen 4 weddings for a long time. I would probably agree with Notting Hill, you know. I like Notting Hill. I think it is quite funny. I like Rhys Ifans in it. I'm just a girl. No, I know. That's just the standard line, isn't it? That is the standard line. 4 weddings, Notting Hill, and Love Actually. Wow, you're all going on the what's his face ones. Richard Curtis. None of them, unless I'm super tired, then I'll put 4 weddings on. You've gone 4 weddings. 10 Things I Hate About You. I like that. That's a good film. That is a good film, actually, as a rom-com. See, if we're keeping it in the last 20 years, that takes out Harry Met Sally. Recent ones. What else have we got? 10 Things I Hate About You is a good one. What would I do for recent rom-coms? What have we watched recently? Not a lot, really. My brain's going blank. My brain is going absolutely blank. You see, I actually do think, I genuinely think Deadpool is sort of part rom-com because of the romantic relationship between them and all. I just think it's very, very funny. But okay, maybe not classed as a rom-com. I would say, I would say Notting Hill, because I do think that's a funny film. I would say Sleepless is 80. Sleepless is beyond. See, if we were going of all time, then I would say Sleepless, because Sleepless in Seattle is a very, very, very good film. Other funny rom-com type. We watched one. Oh, what's it called? What's it called? My Best Friend's Wedding. And oh, would you consider Muriel's Wedding a rom-com? No, I wouldn't, because it ends. It's not. It doesn't end funny, does it? Your favorite rom-com is Queen of the Damned. Yeah, okay, I can see that. You're 13 going on 30. Don't think I've seen that one. 31st Dates would be up there, I think. I think that was quite a good film. But no, My Best Friend's Wedding would be up there, because I think that's a good one. And is that the one where I think it's Jennifer Aniston who says, "I don't care what you think," and she says, "Of course you do." Whatever that one is, that was a good film. I liked that one. Can't remember what it is though, but I remember that scene very, very vividly. My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Oh, I love that film. Oh, I love, that Kirsty, well done. Yes, My Big Fat Greek Wedding would be up there. Notting Hill would be up there, and the other one I just said that I've completely forgotten about. Bridesmaids. You like Bridesmaids? No, it would be for me. Yeah, it would be my Forgetting Sarah Marshall. God, that's a hold on. I like that. It would be My Best Friend's Wedding, Notting Hill, and probably my Big Fat Greek Wedding, because I love her. I think she's amazing in it. Nia, that one. Yeah, her. Yeah. Dirty Dancing. Oh, Nanette, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me, Nanette? Dirty Dancing. Oh, and Ghost. Oh my God. Oh no, Ghost I wouldn't consider a rom-com. I wouldn't consider Dirty Dancing a rom-com either, actually. A romantic film, yes, but not a rom-com, because there's not a lot of ha-has in it. There's a lot of but not a lot of ha-has. So I would take out Dirty Dancing from that list, and it would have to go into a different category. Yeah, I carried a watermelon. I say that so often. I quite often, when we go to Aldi, because we like watermelon, I will pick up a watermelon and put it in the trolley. And then I say to Rufus, I carried a watermelon. Pretty Woman. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I would agree with that. I think that's one of Richard Gere's last good films, isn't it? I really would. But yeah, I like Pretty Woman. Yeah, I would agree with that. I forgot that one as well. God, there's so many, isn't there? Right, let's do this. So we're going to clean up under the eye. I'm going to take it in a really tight line all the way up like this. So really like clean up that line. So we go smoky and then a chop. 500 Days of Summer is good. Yeah, that's also a good one. Yeah, that's also a good one. Would Pretty Woman go higher on my list? No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. My top three would still be that: Best Friend's Wedding, Big Fat Greek Wedding, and Notting Hill. Or Four Weddings. No, Notting Hill. Notting Hill. There we go. Right. Okay. Controversial. New category. Top 3 James Bond films. Top 3 James Bond films of all time. Go. I would say, oh my God. You see, I would say A View with a Kill, but it's got horrendous racist elements in it, so I would discount that one. I would say Moonraker for the cheesiness. Moonraker just for the cheesiness. Jaws in space, with the little girl with pigtails, or the yeah. Because again, but that's dodgy, isn't it? Because she is over 18, but she doesn't look it. That's dodgy. So yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, Shirley, no, Shirley Valentine, no, Patricia. Yes. What's that, Wall? You think we're talking about too many movies and I need to get on with my makeup? I quite agree, Wall. I do. Trying to do the accent. I can't do the accent. Yes, Wall. I know. Where's my steak? It's in the dog. I don't want egg and chips this muck. Oh, I love that film. I love Shirley Valentine. It's so good. I can quote it. I can misquote it all the time. Oh yeah, Shirley Valentine's a bloody good film. Calendar Girls, also another bloody good film. Not a rom-com, but a bloody good film. Right, yeah, James Bond. So we'll stick to James Bond. I would say, which ones have I got? I can't see. I like Octopussy. Quite like Octopussy. Educating Rita. Yeah, but now we're just going through all of those, like the old films. You've been watching Marvel movies, Nanette. We might go on to Marvel movies in a second. But yes, I would say Moonraker would be up there for me with a Bond because it's so over the top. It's ridiculous. I would say of the more recent ones, I quite liked Tomorrow Never Dies, although that was all right. And Octopussy, yeah, that's what I would. Those would be mine. Those would be mine. Okay then, new category because no one's talking about Bond. New category then. Top 3. Oh my God, am I going to even say this? Top 3 sci-fi of all time. Sci-fi of all time. Top 3 sci-fi of all time. Oh my God. Star Trek wouldn't be in there. Star Wars wouldn't be in there. 2001 A Space Odyssey, just for the visuals alone and the fact that it changed cinema. And yeah, so 2001. 2000. We'll do fantasy after. Patricia. We'll do sci-fi first and then we'll do fantasy. So yeah, 2001 A Space Odyssey. I would say that's my modem from 1989 sound. Top. Oh God. Top. See, I'm confusing myself now. My brain's going, what? Top 3 sci-fi? That's impossible. Terminator. Ooh. So mine would be Terminator 2, actually. Terminator 2 would be in there. I think Terminator 2, apart from a couple of timeline things, Terminator 2 is for me pretty much a perfect sci-fi film. Even now, the effects, the story, the over-the-topness, just the sheer, all of it. Terminator 2 would be up there, absolutely, yes. So it would be Terminator. It probably would be number 1, actually. I would say Terminator 2 would be my number 1 sci-fi, followed by 2001, followed by I don't know. Oh, what would I go? What would I say? What would I say? This is so hard. Oh, Donnie Darko. Oh wow, that's. I would say it counts as sci-fi. Yeah, I would say that counts as sci-fi. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's a good choice. It wouldn't be my top three. Oh, there's so many. Like my brain is literally going. How do I choose? How do I just choose three when it comes to sci-fi? That is bonkers. That is absolutely bonkers. What would I choose? What would I choose? Yeah, 2001, Terminator 2, and Close Encounters. Yeah, that's good. I mean, it's cheesy as all hell, but for one that I can rewatch at any time. Oh, hang on. I was going to say Batman, but E.T. would be up there just because I think it's phenomenal. But then Tomorrow Man, not Tomorrow Man, Bicentennial Man, that would be up there as well. But also Alien. Oh God, Alien or Aliens. Oh, Aliens. The second Alien, Aliens. That would be up there. Oh my God. So it would be for me personally. War of the Worlds is definitely sci-fi. For me, War of the Worlds would definitely be. Sorry, War of the Worlds would be up there, but like the soundtrack on the album would be up there. So my top three sci-fi, I would probably say, and they'll probably change, but definitely Terminator 2, definitely 2001, and then what did I just say? I know I said ET, but there was something else. God, what else was I saying? There was another one. My brain just went, oh yeah. Oh, but what about? Oh God, Blade Runner. Yeah, Blade Runner. Blade Runner. Yeah, okay, Blade Runner. It would be Blade Runner. Am I happy with that top three? Terminator 2, 2001, and Blade Runner. Terminator 2. Yeah, Terminator 2, Blade Runner 2001. There you go. Terminator 2, Blade Runner 2001. Just because 2001 is one that I can rewatch, but I do find it a bit plodding. But for what it did to cinema, absolutely. Wow, this is really hard. I've never ranked things like that before. I watched Nanette's Freddy ranking, Nightmare on Elm Street ranking, and I was like, oh, I need to rank some films. It's really hard, isn't it? It's really hard. Would I class Jurassic Park as sci-fi, as that's in your top 10 of favorite ever films? I agree with you, as Donnie Darko is one of your favorite films, and I would class that as sci-fi as well. Absolutely. Kirsty says Men in Black. Yeah. You're not that bothered about the newish War of the World simply as you've listened to Jeff Wayne's version so many times, and then the lid fell off. Bum, 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 bum. For the autumn. No, you're yeah, that I love that. Those autumn leaves lay undisturbed now, 'cause you're not there. If you sing it off key, you can't get copyright struck. Back to the Future, yep, I like those. I would agree they are definitely sci-fi. Bicentennial Man, oh, it's so good. But also Running Man would be up there. Oh, God. Too many. And if we're going like extended, yeah, I would definitely say the Star Wars films would be up there. The soundtrack is amazing. What to War of the Worlds? Oh my God. She's like, and what was it? What's the line? And all of a sudden the sound ceased, and then the lid fell off. Bam, bam, bam. Love that so much. We'll make a new world underground. The sewers will be clean and what is it? Clean and sweet now they've been washed out from the rains or something, he says. Oh my God, just such naivety. Anyway, let's go on with some makeup. This is it, you see. Get distracted on films and oh my God, RoboCop. Oh my God. The first one, yeah, the first one. Again, I would say the first one is up there. That would probably be number 4. To be fair, Neil, that would probably be number 4 because I would say a lot like Terminator 2, RoboCop is a near perfect film for me. It's just got the mix of absolutely everything: the setup, the action. It's the cheesy special effects I like, the suspension of disbelief I like. You see, Rocky Horror would go in musicals and would be up in my top 3 musicals of all time. Absolutely, categorically, straight into musicals. Absolute friggin' lutely it would. But RoboCop would be as one of my top films of all times. War of the Worlds is one of your favorite books of all times, and you're baffled why they've never done a great film. I know, right? They always miss the mark. You enjoyed the Tom Cruise one. Do you know what? I didn't, because it's set in like, what I want from War of the Worlds is basically like a War of the Worlds, an H.G. Wells's War of the Worlds franchise, right? Because when you follow the book and when you follow the album, you've got all the different characters and their stories. They don't always go. It's not like, it's like Walking Dead, right? Where your leads change over time because some of them die. And then new characters come in and you start following those new characters. That is what I like about the War of the Worlds story, because it really does have, it has characters that you follow and then you don't see them again, and it just picks up with this overall narration, and then as it goes through, you lose track, and then you see some later, and so for me, like, doing a good proper War of the Worlds film about following the characters as this stuff is going on around them, but they don't do that. It's a bit like oh my God, what's the film where you had the kaiju, the big giant monstery thing, and it was only seen in found footage, and it was filmed on everybody's phone, and then it was like at a party, and you only saw a glimpse of it, kind of like walking past and destroying things. Whatever that film was, I can't remember what it was called, but they did do a follow-up. That film, amazing. Nanette, Neil is absolutely talking about the first RoboCop. Definitely not talking about the remake, because the remake is just horrendous. That is not a RoboCop film. That is not a RoboCop film. This is where Neil's going, no, I really like the remake. I'll be like, right, that's it. We're no longer friends. But yeah, could you imagine? Right. Anyway, let's do some more makeup. I'm just talking. See, you get me talking about films. Cloverfield. Thank you, Yaz. Yeah, Cloverfield. I loved that. I loved it. Because you didn't see the monsters, but also things like Pacific Rim. I love all of that. But Cloverfield, like a War of the Worlds film done in the style, or franchise done in the style of Cloverfield, where you follow the characters from the book and you follow them, but you don't really see the monsters. You see, like, when you're with the journalist narratory guy, when you're with him, you kind of, or not, I'm getting confused, aren't I? But when you're following like the person who's watching the spaceship and you're watching it unscrew and you're watching that happen for the first time, like, you're with that army thing and then they all die, but that should be the only time you see the monsters, because everybody else just sees their ships and they just see, you know, these are the giant ships coming along on their legs and destroying things. The people on the ground wouldn't know what is going on. And I think you need to follow that, and you need to, like, you could do it in this day and age where they come in and they shut down, you know, they do an EMP pulse and it shuts down all the phones, and therefore nobody would know what's going on. Nobody would know at all what is going on. So you would have that thing like in the 50s where you've got that element of, you know, nobody knowing. Hello, you're up early. Well, not up early, but you know what I mean. So yeah, so you would have that. I think you could absolutely make, it'll be a big budget, but I think you could absolutely make a War of the Worlds franchise. Absolutely. You tell the story. The first one was about them landing and, you know, getting to the point where they've wiped everything out. And the second film would be all about, like, the fight back going on. There goes Thunderdome. No, not Thunderdome. That's Mad Max. Thunderchild. You know, fleeing the ships, getting on the ships and going, and then having that. And then the third film would be, or maybe the second film would be up to Thunderchild, and then the third film would be all of the thing about that. All of the thing about that. You know, about the Thunderchild getting destroyed, and like the end of the second film could be Thunderchild going off, and then just at the end you see a ship rise out of the water, you know, the slow motion with all the water covering it, and then you see the ship going and it goes ooh la, and you just hear the sound and it cuts to black. Could you imagine? Oh my god, I want to make this film. I want to watch this film. That'll be so good. That'll be so good. Because you would just go, if they tie in the characters properly at the end, when that happens, oh la, that happens, absolutely, it would just be like, oh. And the third film was all about, like, you know, rescue attempts and everything else. We're just talking movies now, love. I said we're just talking movies. What would your favourite sci-fi film be of all time, Rufus? Sharknado. I love you so much. Sharknado, Rufus would vote for. Oh my god, the end of the world, the radio show. You can get it. You can download it now, right? I once had it on my phone, and it was one thing that I would regularly listen to. On a regular basis. I would just have it plugged in and it would be something that I regularly listen to. It is so good. The moment where the when they've so in the radio play, it's obviously cut to various people and various reporters at the scene, and at one point they cut to a reporter at the scene and basically the reporter's going, I can see there is something rising up. I can't see what it is. It looks metallic. There seems to be something happening at its there's an opening. A light is coming out. It's a ray. It's heat. Things are flames. I can see the flame. It's coming towards, and it just cuts out for a few seconds, and then the guy comes back in and says, we appear to have lost contact with our, you know, Bob Jones in the field. You know, we'll see if we can reestablish contact. And it's just this moment where you hear him, like, you just hear it all cut off, and you don't hear him. There's no screams, nothing else. You don't hear him die. You just hear it cut off because obviously he's been caught by the alien ray. It is so affecting. Oh my god! The first time I heard that, I was literally, I remember where I was. I was in Southampton. I was on my way to college, and I had it in my headphones. I was just about to get on a bus, and I literally was so shocked. Yes, Eddie. I was so shocked. I had to let the bus go and get the next one. I literally had to sit down on the bus stop and just go, wow. because I got so caught up into it because it tells the story as if it's live. I know it's like 1950s, and it's all like, and now we're going to, you know, the Bob Jones band, or Bob Jones. Now we're going to the big band sounds of, and they do all the cutaways to the music like in the 50s radio would. Oh my God, it was so good. So good. But seriously, you can download it now. Go and have a look on the Googles, download it and have a listen in this day and age. It is so phenomenally brilliant. I am absolutely in no way, shape or form surprised that it caused everything that it did. I am not surprised at all because it was so amazingly done. Seriously. Right. I'm moving all of this stuff onto the table so that Rufus can come and sit down. Right, la, 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 la. Bear with me, and then we're going to carry on with some makeup, everybody. Now we've sidetracked onto films. You can see what happens with my ADHD brain, right? We sidebar, and then once we've sidebarred, I know, right? I've been watching a lot of legal stuff with the whole Amber Heard case. Once we've done a sidebar, I then get distracted to the point where, like, my original context, my original thing that I was doing no longer makes any sense. But that's ADHD for you. And I've just put my thumb into into the what's it. Right, Godzilla's a good film. Seriously, it's so good. Go and listen to the radio broadcast. It's amazing. Anyway, the War of the Worlds films only focus on the action when what makes the book so intense is the bleakness. Absolutely. Yes, the helplessness needs to feel more like Walking Dead. Absolutely. Yes. I agree entirely. It doesn't need to be set. I don't think it needs to be set in Victorian times. I think you could make it work today, and actually have it where people are like, oh, look, is this an alien? Ha, ha, ha. But you get the EMP pulse that completely wipes out all radio waves or telly or mobiles. Everything is wiped out. And you then get the you can hear it on YouTube. Wow. Okay, go and have a look then. Ed, if you can pop it, or if one of the mods can put it into the chat, that would be amazing. But yeah, going. Oh my God, it's about an hour and a bit long. It's so good. It's so good, so good. In fact, I might have to put it on my phone again and listen to it soon, actually. But it's really, really, really good. But anyway, right, let's crack on with some more stuff on my face. So. What are we doing? Where are we? Who are we? Teapot Tuesday, Wednesdays. No, Teapot Tuesday, as my friend used to say. Right. So I would have had blusher. I would have had my NARS blusher as the high-end blusher, but I haven't got it because I can't find it anywhere. So we are going to just move on. I'm just going to use the blush that I've got in front of me, which is, or shall I? No, we're just going to use this one, which is the Relove by Revolution blush. It's this one here that I'm going to use. So we're just going to use a little bit of blush, and then we'll move on to highlighters. Oh, and I haven't done my foundation. Oh my God. Oh my God. Right. Okay. So we'll do the foundation, and we will do. Oh no. Oh no, what is going on? There we go. Right, okie dokie. So then, everybody, let's do some foundation. Before we do, I need a primer. Sit there. Rufus, could you do me a favour, because I'm sort of stuck myself into this corner now with the with the table and everything. Could you just give me a hand a second? Sorry. Could you pass me over that tub that's there? I've sort of trapped myself. That big tub there with all my mascaras and that in. If you could just put it on the end of the table there, please. Thank you. Thank you. You've got post and a parcel. I think you've got birthday cards, love. Right, so we have, oh gosh, we have, oh my God, right. So for primer, I am just going to use my primers that I've got, because I don't have any any cheap primers. So I've only got my good primers. So we're going to use a good primer. So this is the Hydrate Primer by Jecca Black. Lisa, do your makeup. I'm doing it now, Neil. I'm doing it. So we got the Hydrate Primer by Jecca Black. I love this one. It's very, very good. Even though I'm a brand ambassador for Jecca Black, they've never sent me this. I have bought one of these now. I think we got one in a rocker box or something. And then I've actually bought one since. So, because it is very good. So yes. When is Rufus's birthday? Tomorrow, Major. That's when Rufus's birthday is. Where is my, there we go. Radio War of the Worlds. Yes, it is. It is on the YouTube, apparently. This is a very good primer. It's also good, by the way, as I said last week, if you haven't moisturized, it's got very good moisturizing elements in it. Very good moisturizing elements in it. It's actually very nice. It doesn't taste so good when you get it in your mouth, but you know, it's not supposed to. But I really like it, you know. I really like it. It's not one that I would recommend if you've got oily skin, maybe, because it does really hydrate. So if you are oily, maybe go for a more mattifying. I think they do a mattifying one as well, but you know, use whatever favorite you've got. But for me, with my slightly dry, sort of normal to slightly dry skin, as I'm getting a bit old, it's 59 minutes long. I thought it was about an hour. I thought it was slightly more. I downloaded it. I think I probably still got it on the laptop, you know. I downloaded it back in the days of Napster. I mean, legally bought it. Yes, I definitely legally bought it and paid my money for it, honest. You just downloaded it from Amazon for 99p. Exactly. That's what I must have done. It wasn't from Napster. I must have bought it from Amazon when I was going to college. So I would have been 19. So that was in 1995. So there was definitely Amazon in 1995 where I bought it from legally and didn't get it from Napster. In fact, I don't even think I got it from Napster. I think I got it from some other type, slightly dodgy something. The original 1938 broadcast. Yes, please. Yes, please. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Right. So my foundation is on. I'm using my normal. No, my primer is on. I'm using my normal foundation, which is the Dream Radiant Liquid Foundation by Maybelline. I don't have to add glow drops to this one because it's got the radiance in it already. And I kind of just like how it is. Now, I would say that I would do a higher end comparison or a high end option, but I don't have high end foundations, largely because my two foundations that I have spent years working out what works for me, these two work for me. So therefore, I've never bought or found the need to go in and buy a higher end foundation, because quite frankly, if I can get the coverage I like, which is a medium, light to medium coverage, a medium coverage really, if I can get that for an $8.99, $9.99 price point, why would I go in and buy a 30, 40, 50 pound foundation? It makes no sense. Thank you. Wow, look at that. Kirsty's put the 2011 remaster. Oh, the YouTube, on the YouTube. The link is in the chat. Please go and listen to it. Give yourself an hour. Yes, Eddie. Download it if you can. Plug it into your phone. Plug it into your headphones. Just literally lie on the bed and listen to it, and try and put yourself in the mindset where you don't know that it's fake, and just go with it, because I've got to say, it is one of the most amazing pieces of radio ever. And it is, just as a storytelling device, it is phenomenal. It's very, very good. Totally recommend. So yes. Right, so just adding a little bit more foundation to the back of my hand, just a couple more pumps, just applying it all over. just to make sure I've got the nice cover. You can see, look at this. This is without my glow drops. You can see the radiant sort of effect it does on my forehead. It's just such a good foundation. I'll tell you what, that's what we'll do. What is your favorite go-to foundation? What is the one that, above all else, it's the one you always come back to? Because I've tried other no, Eddie, that's not your ball. Daddy hasn't given that to you yet, has he? No, that's not yours yet. No. I have tried other foundations, other formulas, other brands, and this is the one that I constantly come back to: the Maybelline Dream Radiant or the Maybelline Fit Me. Whether I'm going for a matte or a radiant one, it's the one that I know works for me. I know it gives me good coverage. Or the BBC radio broadcast. No, the original one, the 1938 one, is phenomenal, Kirsty. But I think they did that. Didn't the BBC do it fairly recently, like in the last few years? Probably like 20 years ago. But I'm sure it was done fairly recently, and it was a whole new version of it. Like a whole new thing. Anyway, there we go. I know, right? What do I always say? Don't smear it. Don't drag it down your chin. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Just give it a bouncy, bouncy, bounce, bounce, bounce. There we go. Right then. So now I've got some options for you all. Now I have some options. Rudolph. Rudolph is taking the dogs out. Rufus is taking the doggos out. So this is what the foundation looks like. I love it. It's so good. It's such a nice foundation. But we are going to put some powder on. So the options then, we go again, we've got high end and we've got more budget end. So the budget end, we've got two options. Okay, oopsie. And the high end, I've got two options. Yeah, so two options on each. So the higher the budget end, we've got the Elf Perfect Finish HD powder. Oh god, hang on a second. For budget end, we've got the Elf what did I just say? Perfect Finish HD powder. And for the high end, we've got the Lacura dupe for the budget end. We've got the Lacura dupe for the Laura Mercier powder that the lovely Neat sent me. So budget, Lacura and Elf. For the high-end powder, we've got the Beauty Bakery flour powder. This is not the highest of high ends, but this again is like 20, 22, 25 quid. And we've got the Juvia's Place white sand setting powder, the I Am Magic white sand setting powder. So these are your options for powder, budget or high end. Hi Kelly from AfflictedBeauty. Hi my darling. So what are we going for today? Budget option or high end option? That is going to be your next vote, everybody. Pop your earbuds out if you need to, because we're pressing the little button now. A couple of options for budget. Let's have a look. Budget. So everyone's going for budget. Do we have any other options? Anita says high end, obviously, Neat. Patricia says budget as well. Everybody's gone for budget. I've got to say, the Beauty Bakery flour powder is phenomenal. Totally recommend it. 100% recommendation. Not a single issue with it. Even at that price point, I think it is worth it. You don't get an awful lot in it, but I do think it is worth it. The Juvia's Place, I also really like. It does have a little bit of highlighting element to it, this one, but again, for the price point, I think you get less per pound than this one, but you know, it's still very good. So then the budget ones, both of these are also very good. So the elf one is the one that is quite pale. It is quite white, but it does actually go a little bit translucent. If you just put a tiny bit on your brush, it goes a bit translucent. The Lacura one is phenomenal as well. It's just getting hold of it is a pain in the backside. So it really, really is. Ed said high end as well. Oh, wow. Unfortunately, Ed, everyone else has voted for the budget end. So we're going to go for the budget powder. Before we do, I've also just realized there is another step that I need to do, and I've matched these two as closely as I can. So we have got concealer. So before we do powder, we're going to do concealer. So I've got Jeffree Star and Lacura. This is the Shape Tape Fake, and this is the Jeffree Star Concealer, Magic Star Concealer. Again, I don't have a lot of high-end concealers. I've got the Jeffree Star one, and I've got the Touche Eclat, but I've used that one a lot in other videos. So these are the two options. So Jeffree Star or Lacura. So vote now, high end or budget. What are we going for? Pop your earbud out and let's have a vote. Kelly, we got completely and utterly waylaid talking about films for half an hour. So the makeup on my face is all the Modern Renaissance by ABH, and that currently is all I've got on, apart from the foundation and the primer. The primer is the Hydrate by Jekka Black, just because I'm not about to use a cheap primer on my face. And the foundation is the Dream Radiant, because I don't own any expensive foundation. Right then, so everybody is saying JS, Major says budget, Yaz says JS. So we've got 2 for Jeffree Star, 1 for budget. By the way, everyone, hope you've all hit the thumbs up button, says Kirsty. Oh, thank you. Yes, hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. It's high end on the visage today, says JSC. Oh God, so hang on. Oh, we got more JSCs. Oh, Neil's going. All right, Neil, maybe when I leave, then the film talk will stop and you'll get some makeup done. I'm doing it now. Bye, everyone. Have a good day. Fabulous, Neil. Have a lovely day. I'll talk to you soon. We need to book in the podcast filming. So, yes, I think, what have we got? What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for JSC. So JSC's got it. The Lacura one's very good. Just trying to get hold of it is a problem. So we're just going to whack a bit of this on. Everyone's saying bye to Neil. Oh, that's lovely. I love our community. It's such a lovely space. Oops, that was a bit much. Never mind. We're going to just whack that on. I like to put it on my T-zone, so I do this little crow's foot thing and take that down my nose like so. And then I also put a little bit here and here on my smile lines. And then we're just going to leave that. Could you imagine if I said, and we just leave that to set? Could you imagine? Right, take a finger and pat, 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 pat it out with a finger. Now you can use a concealer brush. I don't like using a concealer brush. I prefer using a finger. I find that when I finger it out, the warmth of the finger makes it go a little bit smoother. You get more when you use a finger. You know what I'm saying. Some of you know exactly what I'm saying, but you do. It just kind of, it warms the product up, and you do get more of a blend, more of a gradient. And that is looking quite bright on camera. It'll be fine. Once I powder the face, it will be fine. And I know I didn't do these bits till last, but I always kind of end up just doing it like this. So it does honestly, use a finger. It works a lot better than a brush, because your finger is warmer, and also you can feel more when you use a finger. No, I haven't yet, Major. I forgot again. I will do it after this. Hang on. Computer, set a reminder. Put a community tab up asking the most annoying things that influencers do. 4 o'clock today. There we go, Major. I just set a reminder. Computer, what reminders do I have for today? There you are. So use a finger. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, thank you. So, but I do find if you use your finger, it works really well, because you can feel more with your finger, and you really do want to feel, you want to feel what you're doing. And with a finger, you get to feel it, if that makes sense. You actually get to feel like where it's a bit dry and where you still need to put the moistness, the concealer. You need to actually move the product, because you don't want what you don't want to do, like when you're using a sponge or when you're using your brush, you can't tell where the drier bits are, but with a finger you can feel like where's dry, like the dry bits of skin. But you can also feel as you're moving the product into place, like it feels better, it feels more, well, it kind of feels like slippy, or like lubey or lubricated or something. It feels a lot more like, I don't even know how to describe it. If you use foundation, if you use concealer, you'll know it's got like a, especially if it's got a slight bit of dimethicone in, I think, the Jeffree Star one, because it feels slippy and you can feel it on your finger. And it's good. But then if you notice, what I tend to do is try and go back in with a finger and go back over it again, just to kind of feel where it needs it, if that makes sense. You can kind of feel where you need to finger it a bit more. I don't know if that makes, I don't know if I'm even making any sense whatsoever, but like there's little bits like just in here that doesn't, I've got a little tiny crease line just here right in the corner, and it kind of leaves the the concealer in place. And so if you don't pat it out, you get a little lumpy bit and it dries funny. You try to avoid concealer, it bloody ages you. Use your finger, literally finger it out, Major. And like look, you can see here you can see there's a bit there that just hasn't blended out yet. There you go. But now I like a concealer, because especially with this, like now I've blended it out, it doesn't look like I'm wearing a ton of it, but it just looks a little bit brighter. And again, if you use a good concealer, use your fingers, and actually do just kind of finger it out, it works much better. And you can feel where you've got that dryness, and you can feel where you need to, you know, finger it and tap it in a little bit more. Right then, so for powder, we're using the big fluffy Eco Tours brush, and I'm using the La Cura dupe for the Laura Mercier, so if that makes sense. It's the best thing you've found so far for yours. What's that? Hang on, what's that? What's that? You've got the Lano lips and it's been working great. What's that? What's the Lano lips? Is that for your lips? Yes. Kirsty uses the pointy end of a beauty blender. Oh, yeah, that kind of works. The only thing with a sponge, you don't feel it as much. When you're fingering it, you can kind of feel the pressure, and you can kind of feel like the heat builds up, and you want that warmth with your finger. You want that to absolutely, like, you can feel it. You can feel it build up, and you can feel the warmth, and you can feel the reaction that your skin has when you finger it. It works better. It really does. Right, so we're going to use the La Cura powder. My brain was like, the Laura Mercier. I'm like, no, it's not the Laura Mercier, it's the dupe. So we're using the La Cura powder, and I haven't got an awful lot on my brush, look, but I have enough, if that makes sense. So I'm just placing it, starting on my forehead lines, tapping back in, and then we're going to do across the cheeks, like so. Stop saying fingering. Well, you do. You finger it into place. I don't know what else. Fingering all the way. Well, exactly. What else are you going to use? I mean, you can use a brush, but if you use a brush, especially if you use too much concealer, you get streaks, and you get it kind of running down your cheek, and you don't want that running down your cheek. If you use a finger, it doesn't run down your cheek. I don't understand what the problem is. Yes, it's to help keep your dry lips molted. I don't know what the word molted means, but okay. It moistened, maybe. Help keep your dry lips moistened. I don't know, but yeah, it does. It just works better, neat, if you use a finger. If you're using a brush or something else, like, you don't get the same feeling. You need to get that feeling from it. So therefore, you've got that control with the finger. You haven't got that same control if you're using a brush or a sponge. You just don't. Because especially even if you're using the tip of a sponge, even if you're just using just the tip, it doesn't. Now I'm aware of what I'm saying. But with a sponge, it doesn't work as well. So I can't even describe it. It's just the feeling of like, you add more pressure if you need to with a finger. You can add more pressure. It warms it up. It moves things around a little bit more. You get more of a slip than you do with a sponge, because a sponge, even the tip of the sponge, is absorbing it. So don't use the tip. I don't like just the tip. I think it's pointless, because it just absorbs the moisture that's there and takes it off your face, and you end up just with dry patches. Whereas when you use a finger, you're literally moving you're moving the product around, but because your finger is watertight, none of it's getting absorbed. Does that make sense? So even with a brush, even with whether it's a natural hair or a synthetic brush, it's going to be absorbing it. It's going to be sucking it up the brush, and you don't want it to be sucking up the brush. You don't want it being sucked. You want it just being tapped. That is how it works. I just realised I'd put this powder down. None of you tell me, like, when my ADHD brain goes off, I put the powder down, and none of you say, Lisa, stop talking. You've just put powder down. You are baking. Don't bake. Don't bake. Like, no baking on this channel, because that's what ages you. But if you just like put the powder down and rub it straight off, it works better. So you literally powder and brush, powder and brush. What? No sucking for sure. No, don't suck it. It doesn't work as well. You lose all the product. Literally, look how dirty this is. Look how dirty this brush is, right? And this is from using the eye primer. Now, I clean this brush more than any of my other brushes, because it takes all that. It literally sucks it. You can see, look, I've got bloody product all the way up to here. It literally sucks it all the way up. And like, but this is the what's it called? The thing that proves the thing. The exception that proves the rule. There you go. This is the exception that proves the rule, because this sucks up all the product, right? And yet I prefer using the brush than I do a finger. So when I'm using the eye primer, because it is thicker, I think it's got a different viscosity. Does that make sense? So if you've got a thicker fluid that you're trying to rub in, like, using the brush, I think works better than using your finger, certainly for moving things around. So it absolutely depends on what is better for you. Basically, it depends on the thickness. If you're using something that's thicker, then I think you need to use a brush, because I don't think a finger will really cut it. So if you do have I just want to go listen to War of the Worlds. That's what I keep thinking is, go and download War of the Worlds now. It's 10 to 2. If you do have, I mean, look how much is coming off this. Look how much is coming off this. Look, give it a wipe. Look at all that. That is because it's been sucked up into the brush. Are you all right? What are we doing after this, Rufus? When's that? When's your blood test? When is your blood test? When I don't get done. All right, okay. We're leaving soon. Right, okay. Got to go because Rufus has got a blood test coming up. So, right. Well, no, we're nearly done anyway. I've just been talking about fingering your concealer. I know, right? It sounds wrong, but it's not. Oh, I was talking about fingering your concealer. Using your finger. Everyone's using a brush or a sponge, and I always use my fingers. Kelly, going in dry. You can do. Those silicone sponges are good for applying clay masks, are they? Oh, I hate them. Don't like a silicone sponge at all. It doesn't absorb, so it's good for that. But I just, no, it doesn't work for me. Right then, now we're going to use a blusher again because I can't find my NARS one. I only have the one NARS blusher. We're just going to use the one that I've got here, which is the is going in dry. I might try it for that then, Nessa. I have a couple that I never use. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Patricia's, why are people laughing? I don't understand. Also, if you're using a sponge for concealer and want a full coverage, it's better going in dry. No, I don't find that. I find if it goes in dry, it's absorbing all of the it absorbs all of the moisture. It takes it all away. It just leaves the whole surface really dry and crusty. You don't want that. Unless I'm doing it wrong, unless I need to get a better sponge or something. But no, oh God, no. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, it's better to use it damp. You don't want it too wet, but if it's slightly damp, if you have to use a sponge, use it when it's a little bit damp. Otherwise it just it pulls and it chafes and it's not good. It just takes all the product away. So I'm using this blusher. It's quite a subtle blush, but I don't mind that today. I know we're going for the quite a bit more glammed look, so I'm taking the blush up to the temples and down. Look at that. I said it was more subtle. Look at that. You can see it's absolutely showing up. This is actually for a budget brush, this is really good. What did you miss? You've been getting food. We were just talking about concealer and the best application method, because I absolutely think that it needs to be done with a finger. Fingering your concealer, you nearly spat your brew out. Why did you spit your brew out? You don't use concealer, Ed. I don't understand why that's an issue, to be fair. Oh God, what did I just say? I just said I haven't got a high-end blusher, and I've got the bloody Beauty Bakery pizza cake palette with blushes in. So I did have higher end blush. This is not a cheap blush, but anyway, never mind. We'll have to come back to that on another issue. People are laughing at Ed. I don't know why they're laughing at you, Ed. I don't find it amusing. I don't understand what people are saying. You apply concealer with your damp sponge and use the pointy end. Again, using the tip doesn't work. You like it's fine, but you can't. You honestly, if you haven't tried a finger, try fingering it into place, because you can vary the pressure, you can vary the heat, you can absolutely make it move around a lot easier with a finger than you can with a sponge. Like using the tip doesn't work. It can get into the crevices, it can get into the little spots, but to be honest with you, even if you fold it and you're just using like the very end of the tip, it's not as good as if you do use that. Have I used that beauty blush? Yes, I have. It's very pigmented, very, very pigmented. It's good, and it came with, what did this come with? I can't remember what it came with. The mascara. Yeah, it came with the icing mascara. So yeah, you always use your sponges dry. Damp just smears the product around for you. Maybe it's too damp. Maybe you need to like wring it out slightly more. But see, I've never had that problem. I've always used it damp, and it's always worked really, really well. But no, this is good. It is good, but they are very, very pigmented. Let me just swatch you them then. So that's what they're like on the fingers. Look, you can see, I know, right? You can see the color payoff. And if we go 1, 2, 3, like the softer one there, like that's probably the only one that I'm comfortable sort of putting on without tapping most of the product off, because those other two look almost like eyeshadows. They're that bold. It's very, very good. I think this is very good for anybody of any skin tone, to be honest with you. If you are very pale, you just want to tap in and use a very, very small amount. If you are darker skinned, then absolutely go for it, because it's got the pigmentation that you would absolutely love. I really do. You'll probably use those blushes as eyeshadow. They're so pigmented. Yeah, they absolutely are. And they work quite well. They're quite nice colors to use as eyeshadow. Maybe we should do that on a stream one day. You know, doing products that aren't supposed to be done for that, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Right then. So we've got, what are we up to? We've got blush, we've got powder, we've got foundation. I'm just going to slightly veil down the blush ever so slightly. So then next up is going to be highlighter. Let me get my highlighter brush out. These are all the Lacura brushes I'm using, by the way, the ones that look like this. They are quite there, but nice tones. They're very nice tones. You find that, Kirsty, when you tried a soap sponge, it doesn't give an even covering, and you feel you need to use more product. Absolutely. Although I know technically it should be the opposite. Yeah, I mean, it's again, I think it all depends on skin type as well, a lot of it. Right then, so blusher. I've got high-end options and I've got cheaper options. Okay, so the high-end options, we've got 3 to pick from today. We have Jeffree Star Supreme Frost in Wet Dream. We've got Fenty Beauty Kilowatts highlighter in Hustler Baby and Mean Money. And we've got the Ofra Nikki Tutorials collab in the shade Space Baby. So those are the higher end options. For the more budget friendly options, we have the Revolution highlighter reloaded in Just My Type, and that's this baked highlighter. And we've got the Relove Illusion, the one that was in the blush palette, which is this highlighter. So sort of champagne-y type tones. So then, hi Holland, Blue Chalice Arts is here. Hi Holland. So then, that is your that's a very good point. Well done. Very, very, very good point. Kirsty has more oily skin and you have combo to oily. Mine is combo to dry. So that's probably a very, very good point. That'll be why the difference. So sometimes you want the tip and sometimes you want to use the finger. So that'll be why. So maybe try whatever works for you. If you prefer the tip, use the tip. If you prefer the finger, use the finger. Whatever works for you, to keep it kind of moistened and to keep it like highlighted underneath. You can see how that works. You can see how that, like my under eyes look very, very highlighted, but they don't look, it's not like white streaks underneath. Anyway, high end or budget on the blusher, sorry, on the highlighter. High end or blush it, pop your earbuds out. That's the option for today. Let's have a look at what the chat is saying. Let's have a little look-see. So we've got high end. Oops, dropping the brush. High end. It looks like okay. A couple of options for high end. I'm just listening to the neighbours upstairs. Oh well, we've only had 3, 4. Okay, high end's got it already, I can tell. Unless there's a whole bunch of people. High end, right? Okay, so a high end. So then now we've got a third, a secondary vote. So which of the 3 do we go for? We've got I'll give you the tones, and you can see what we've ended up with on my face. So we've got the Fenty, which is both, again, these are like the champagne tones. One's a little bit more peachy than the other. So where can I put these? I'll put these just here. There's one and there's the other. So these 2 are here. So quite subtle on my arm. Kind of very similar to sort of my skin tone, if you like, very similar to the foundation color. This is the Ofra Space Baby. It's white with a blue pull. So on it goes like that. Again, this is swatched, so it's not going to look that intense when it's actually on my face. And then we've got the Jeffree Star Wet Dream, which is another champagne toned one, and that is there. So we've got Fenty, Ofra, JSC. So then pop that. Lizzie's here as well. Good morning, Lizzie J. Hi, Lizzie, says Nee. So we are voting on which of the three highlighters, Lizzie. So we've got these two here. The subtler ones is the Fenty. We've got the Ofra, which is this one here, the Space Baby, and we've got the Wet Dreams by JSC. So we go Fenty, Ofra, JSC. Pop your vote in the chat. Pop your earbuds out. Vote in the chat right now. Let's have a look at what we've got. Lizzie says Wet Dreams, so a vote for the JSC. Yaz says JSC. Major says Ofra. Okay, so we've got 2 for JSC, 1 for Ofra, 3 for JSC, 1 for Fenty. Okay, any more coming in? Wet Dream, please, goes with the theme. What theme? High end. Okay, I mean, they're all high end. They're all more expensive. But okay. JSC, so it looks like JSC has absolutely got it. So JSC's got it then. I don't understand what you mean by the theme. They're all high end. I think the most expensive one, probably the Ofra, actually. That's the more high end, Kelly, but okay. Laugh out loud at Kelly. It goes with the theme. I don't know what you mean. Lisa, don't be quiet. I don't know what you mean. The Fenty one is about £18. The Ofra one was something like 26, 27, and this was, I think, 22. So it's all about the same price. So they're all high end. So we're going to use the La Cura brush, which I know is a cheap brush. So we're going to use this one. Shut up, Nee. I was trying really hard to keep a straight face through all of that. All of that. I was trying so hard. Oh, yes, I know what I was saying. I just had to go for it because it was funny. And then I just kept going. But it did really amuse me. I was just trying to see how long I could keep it going for. Yes, I know what I was saying. I was trying to be subtly rude and a little bit suggestive. And yeah, I think it's a sexy thing. No, it wasn't a sexy thing. It was just high end or budget. But how many times can I say the tip? I was like, oh my god, oh my god. I was like, they're going to know I'm trolling. They're going to know I'm trolling. But I just kept going, and like I could actually see your cogs whirring, where some of you were like, I don't think she understands what she's saying, and Nita and Kirsty are like, she bloody well does. Oh, that was funny. Oh god, that really made me giggle. Oh god. Oh. Did you not see me kind of do this when I was doing my powder? I was like, Lala, I'm just going to do the. Oh god, oh my cheeks are aching. Oh, that was too funny. I enjoyed that for the last one for a couple of weeks. I mean, I know we'll be in hospital next week, but we're not going to have as many options. But that was funny. Right, let's use the highlighter, the Wet Dream highlighter. It wasn't picked for that name, but it was just because it is always a bit glittery. I forgot that this is glittery. Oh, I completely forgot how glittery this is. That's fine. We're going for the high end. Oh dear, you can't kid a kidder, Lisa. I know, right? I know. Oh, I had some of you going though. I did have some of you going. Right, there we go. I'm actually going to add, I think I'm going to add a little bit of the kilowatt into this, but or do I want to add the, actually I'm not. I'm going to go in with a little tiny bit of the Juvia's Place kilowatt, not kilowatt, bloody hell, the Juvia's Place white sand powder, because this has got a little bit of brightening in it without it being sparkly. So it's just got a little bit of sort of a more slightly yellowy undertone. I'm using it on the highlighter brush. I'm just going to slightly tone down that glitter, because it's got these micro glitters that on me, they just look really ridiculous like that. There you go. Look, now you can see, I don't know whether you can see actually. Let me just, you see how that now looks really, really lovely. Whereas this side, where it's just the micro glitters, look a bit messy. That's the only problem you have with the highlighters. Not a fan of glittery highlights on you. No, they're okay. Some of the other ones, some of the, what are the big ones called? Supreme Frost, Extreme Frost. What are these? Supreme. So is that the Extreme Frost? They don't seem to have as much micro glitter in. It's fine. Literally a tip. If you do use a little tip, if you do use a micro glitter one, just use a little bit of powder, a brightening powder, or just an ordinary setting powder. Use that over the top, and basically what you'll find is that it takes down a little bit of that. There's still the micro glitter showing through, but it just takes down that sort of, you're going to an ABBA concert kind of glitter, if that makes sense. I do still really like it. I think it's a really lovely highlighter, and it has got that really nice warm gold tone. So it is that warm tone face that we're, the face of makeup that we're doing today. And I do think it works. I think it works quite nicely. Now, I don't have any, well, technically, I guess I don't have a low end, a cheap contour, because I'm trying to use up the last of my contour palette from my Shop My Stash, no, Team Project Pan. It's almost gone, look, almost gone. So I'm trying to finish this up. One day Kelly will send me the JSC palette, one day far, far away. Yeah, I've also got some palettes to send out, and I've got Kelly's order to send out. I know. It's all coming. I need to find your bracelet. We're doing that all before I go hospital. All of your highlighters have glitter in them, and you can't find any that don't have that have no glitter that you like. If you don't have a glitter one, then you end up with it being just like a highlighting powder, which is fine. If you like the glitters though, Nanette, just wear the glitters. Like, not everybody does, but this is why things are different. And again, as I mean, even this highlighter that I absolutely love, you can't get this one anymore, but this highlighter is a matte highlighter with a few micro glitters in it. It's not quite as glittery as the JSC formula, but it is still a very, very lovely, it's a lovely thingy. Right, contour. So again, because we are going for that more glam look, we want to contour the ever-loving fudge out of our faces. So we've got that nice chiseled, look how much that slims my face down. Oh, loving it. I am going to take a little bit more of that Jeffree Star highlighter, the Wet Dreams, and I'm going to pop that. I hate the post he stole my palettes. I hate the post he stole my palettes, elbow cough, elbow cough. What palettes, Lizzie? Do you know what that means? I'm using a small brush, and I'm taking a little bit of the highlighter, and I'm just going to help pull the look together by placing that highlighter on my inner corner. And again, using a finger, just a finger, not the tip, just using a little bit of the finger, and I'm going to place that over my eyelid as well, just the mobile lid. And I'm placing it all over, including over that darker shade. Now, what that's doing is it's adding a little bit more of that sparkle, but it's matching the colour, the tone that I've got on my cheeks is matching it up to my eyes and across the lid as well. So it's, again, another subtle way. If you want to look a bit more put together, it's a good way of doing it. So using your same blush colour up onto your eyes and your same highlighter colour, using that as your eyes and putting that onto your cheeks as well. Ness sent you some and they never arrived. Oh no, Lizzie, that's awful. I've got that brow gel to send to you as well. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten, it's here. I've got a list of things that I need to send out. Nanette, you like it, but sometimes you read the phone. Some don't have glitter in them because I don't want to have glitter on every day I wear makeup. Yeah, absolutely. So there's a little tiny bit of the glitter here. I'm just putting it on my Cupid's bow and a little bit on my nose, but then I'm just using my finger, again, not the tip, just putting it on the tip of my nose, obviously, but I'm just using my finger just to kind of mattify it down a little bit. So if it has got a lot of micro glitters, do try working it if you don't want that to have that sort of, you know, that bold effect. And then just with whatever, oops, I was about to say whatever powder I've got left, but then I dropped it all down my skirt. So I'm just going to slightly blend all of those shades together a little bit. Let's see, hang on. Oh, there we go. Where did my highlighter brush go? Oh, it's there. Right, put that back in the little case. What are we up to? We are up to liner and mascara. So for what high end? Oh, we do have some high end options with these, don't we? So for liner, let's have a look. What are we going for? We'll go with Sleek, and we'll go with Marc Jacobs. Right then. So these are your highlights. These are your eyeliner options. And I haven't finished with the palette yet. I'm going to go and do my under eye in a second. Before we do that, though, I want to add some liner onto my top line. So we've got Marc Jacobs and we've got Sleek. So high end, Marc Jacobs, or low end. Oh, you're feeling a blue eyeliner. You always want a blue eyeliner. Not with this look, Ness. It won't go with this look. Nothing wrong with beaming to the gods. Absolutely. One I liked that you don't hear many folks talking about anymore are the Lacura, the Laura Geller Gelato Swirl highlighters. I haven't got any of those. I don't. And you're right, I don't hear people talking about them either. Or should we use the NARS? No, we'll use the fine line. This is the fine line. This is a liquid liner. I always forget. Hang on a second. Let me just double check because this has to be a liquid liner. Oh no, it's not. It's the other one. Right. We're not using the Marc Jacobs then because I only want a liquid liner on my top line. So what are the high end? What are the higher end? Do I have any higher end? Oh no, I'm not using that. I'm not even going to give you the option of voting for a oh, okay, we'll go KVD. We'll go KVD. I was going to say I was going to pull the Huda one out, but I'm not even going to give you the option for the Huda Beauty. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right, so we've got the Sleek, which looks like that. And I'll unseal. I'll open is the word I'm looking for. The KVD. Hang on. There we go. It's a mini KVD. Oh, there we go. So we've got a tattoo liner by KVD. So your high option is KVD. Your cheap option is the Sleek. So whichever one you would prefer. Yeah, Marc Jacobs Beauty is apparently being discontinued. Apparently it was supposed to be coming back, but it now looks like it's not. But it might be coming back with new owners. It might be that they've sold it to a different one. So then, high end or budget, so KVD or Sleek. Oops. Oh no! Oh, pants. Right, I need to go and do a quick bit of cleanup. Before I do that, I'm just going to press this.
Hi,
Give me
this
2
is
seconds.
Lisa. You're watching Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that like button. It really helps us out with YouTube's algorithm. And then hit that subscribe button and make sure you have dinged your bell and changed your settings to all. That way YouTube should notify you each and every time we upload a video. But if you'd like to support us in this channel just a little bit more, you can always go across to buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic, where you can, in fact, buy us a coffee. That's also where full details of our brand new Coffee Club Crew memberships are, including exclusive members only content. Thank you so much to those of you who are choosing to support us.
Sorry, I'm back. I just had my remnants of my coffee cup fell on the floor with the last of my coffee in it. Sorry, everyone. Oh gosh, that was bad. That's fine. It's fine. So then, what did we go for in the end? KVD, sleek, KVD, sleek, KVD. Right. Yeah, some Becca is back via Smashbox. They're doing some of the highlights on the floor again. They're doing some of the highlighters. So if you like if you've got your favorite Becca highlighter, chances are that it will be back. You came back, KVD, says Neil. Fabulous. Right, where's that? There we go. I think everybody's gone KVD, so we're going to do the KVD one. Yes, fabulous. Nanette said sleek. Everyone else has said KVD. You're knackered enough as it is. I know Kirsty's trolls are just exhausting. They're lovely, but they are exhausting. Let's have a look. Right, so what was I saying? Oh, look what I've done. Look what I've done. Oh, look what I've done. Look what I've done. Look at the gouge I've just put in that because it fell on the floor. Oh no. Right, okay, let me just rub it back into place. There we go. Trying to smooth that out a little bit, the antique bronze shade. Oh, look at that gouge. Never mind. That's why you need to put the lid back on, Lisa, when you're not actively doing it. Right, we're going to grab that in a second. So then let's pull you a little bit closer again. So using the KVD liner, I love this so much. I love it almost enough to buy a full size. Almost. I've got some very good dupes of it. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. The rumor is that Marc Jacobs has been sold, the makeup, the beauty side of it has been sold to one of the companies. I want to say like Shiseido, but I can't remember which one. One of the big parent companies is the rumor that they're no longer going to be an indie, that they have been bought out, and that they're shutting down to get rid of all of the stock and to then transfer all of the formulas are transferring over to this new company that are then they're going to come back with the parent company involved. That was the rumor. Whether that's still happening or not, I don't know. But Marc Jacobs have said that they are definitely not gone forever. They will be back. Becca went filed for administration, filed for bankruptcy and all of that. And they are going to be, they got rescued. The brand name got rescued by Smashbox. I believe that Smashbox and Becca were owned by the same parent company. And so they got the brand, basically the name got transferred over to Smashbox for some of the highlighters like Champagne Glow, Champagne, whatever it was. The one that what's her face, Jacqueline Hill used to promote. So they've continued some of that range on under the Smashbox umbrella. So it's something like Smashbox X Becca or Becca X Smashbox, to keep those products on the shelves, because they're the ones that are very much Like they're the popular ones, they're the best sellers. Yeah, it will be quiet in September, Kirsty. When you've got no trolls at home, what are you going to do? You will cry and cry and cry. You can't effing wait. No, you'll just cry. You'll just cry. You won't know what to do with yourself. She will. She'll be visiting this here Leeds. I noticed that there's been a lot of Huda Beauty and Fenty making its way to TK Maxx online recently. I haven't noticed that, Kel, but I don't tend to go on there. Now I'm not buying so much. Now I'm not buying so many. I don't tend to go on there. Patricia says, can anyone remember a minimal makeup that did everything? Wet it for eyeliner and use it as foundation, blusher, and eye color. There was it Bare Minerals that did a whole mineral makeup brand? I don't know. It could be that one. Could be a Bare Minerals one. I don't know. I don't know, Patricia. I don't know. It could be Bare Minerals. They did a. Oh, there's another name. There's another name going around my head. They did a thing that wasn't it Bare Minerals? Says Major. Yeah, it might have been. There was a thing. They did a thing that it was like. I know they did a foundation that was one for all. It was a color correcting foundation because JML have got their version of it out on the shops. Yeah. Bare Minerals or the Jerome Russell you get from the JML stands. I think it was the Bare Minerals because Bare Minerals was all the rage for a while. Anyway, let me do my eyeliner unless it dries. Right, quickly, Lise, come on. Oh, what? Hang on, it's a bit dry. It's a bit dry. Let me give it a good old shake. I think it was Bare Minerals, Patricia. I really do. I can't think of any other brand that was a mineral formula. I know that Bare Minerals had some blushes that were eyeshadow that you could use as eyeshadows and vice versa. And they had, I think, wasn't all of their products like multi-use where you could just the tip looks dry. It does. Just the tip. Didn't they have? I'm sure it was one where you could use anything as anything because it was all the same formula type thing. I vaguely remember. See, it wasn't really my thing, if that makes sense. It wasn't really my like. I like color, and a lot of the Bare Minerals stuff was on the nuder side, so it's why also I didn't go for a lot of the Urban Decay palettes after the first Naked. I didn't go for the rest because they were just like me. Anyway, right, let's see if this works better. No. Hang on, let me give it a little. There we go. I've got it working. You know me and my liquid liners. I need a liquid liner. Yeah, it was Bare Minerals then. I don't think you can get them anymore. Can you still get them? I don't know. We've got a bearded dragon I'm sending you that stuff as well, Cal. We've got a bearded dragon who is just like, hello, are you wanting to come out? Hello, you're waving at me. Hello. Hi, Buff. Hi. Hi, Buff. Hi. Bless him. If you can hear some scratching, that's what it is. You think that's on the way? I literally just opened it. It's because it's old. It's old, but I haven't opened it yet. So do you think I should wear blue, brown, green, or pink? What? Clothes, makeup, lipstick, eyeshadow? I think you should wear green. You think it's on the way out? Oh, what like you could mean this, or you could mean the Bare Minerals. Say I've not seen Bare Minerals for ages because didn't every other company start doing like mineral formulas, and then it was like
God, this is like way back when, I'm sure every other company started doing like mineral based makeup. And because they all did mineral based makeup, then it was like the whole thing about Bare Minerals was it was no point in them doing it anymore, because you could get all like every other company was doing like a mineral this. And so therefore you ended up with like, why buy the high end version when everybody was doing the same thing and it was pretty much the same thing? It depends what you're talking about, Nanette. If you're talking about color, I would wear blue. If you're talking about makeup, I would wear eyeshadow color. What did Kel say? Kel say green. I think green's good. You can buy direct from their website. Wow, so Bare Minerals is still going. Wow, I have not seen their stuff in forever. In fact, last time I think I saw their stuff would have been a good decade ago on QVC, on the today's special value or whatever it is. Right, here we go. Rufus is sorting out his plant babies. We've got courgettes coming up and all sorts. If you're wondering where he's gone with the dogs, that's where he is. He's out in the garden planting up seeds. There we go. So I've got my nice little wing on. They've got a standalone store in Glasgow. Have they? Still very much going online and in big department stores. We haven't got, well, say we haven't got a big department store. We have got a big department store. We've got a Harvey Nichols and a Harvey Nichols, a come on, brain. House of Fraser, and a the one that does the Christmas advert every year, and everybody goes and like all of their staff members are shareholders. Oh, what is it called? John Lewis. That was really hard work. That was really hard work, brain. Thank you, brain. Right, okay, let's go. We're almost done with the look today. Almost done with the look. We're going to use the what do we want to use? We're going to use the red. No, we're going to use the orange. This burnt orangey color. It's not the burnt orange, it's the real Gar color, because burnt orange isn't a burnt orange. So we're using this orangey color, this one here, and I'm going to use this on my angle brush, it's a Charles Fox brush. I'm going to line my bottom line. Like so. I can't wait for our collab, Ness. I can't wait. John Lewis, thank you. Their last biggest launch was the Phyto Infusion Serum or Primer, something like that. I don't remember. It just shows, doesn't it, that if a company isn't coming out with releases all the time, they just fall off the radar. There we go. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the Cypress Umber, which is this dark brown at the end, this one here, and I'm just going to, in the very outer corner, just to slightly line that outer corner as well. And then I'm going to phase that in. So here we go. And then take just wipe that off a little bit. I've wiped it on my leg because I haven't got my wipey. So there we go. And just with a clean brush then, I'm just going to blend those two together. Just like so. So just blend the edge of one into the next, like so. So it goes from the warmer into the darker. So it starts like with the eyeliner now, you can see we're getting that slightly more glam look. And then we're going to go for the lashes. And for mascara, we're going to have an option. You got a few via Facebook post ads last year, I think. I think with this collab idea, you've bitten off more than you can chew. No, it'll be grand. It'll be grandness. Just go with it. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Go with it. You got a phyto infusion sample in Latest in Beauty ages ago. Oh, interesting. I don't, because I'm not on Facebook very often, and on my new account, I've only got like a handful of people on the new account, so I don't get a lot of Facebook adverts anymore. So what are we thinking, everybody? What are we thinking so far with the actual look? In fact, I'm going to go back in with that Venetian red on a fluffier brush, tap off a little bit. I'm just going to put it on a little bit, just where that liner is, and just to deepen up that outer corner a little bit more than it's done, just because now we've got that black liner on, I think we need to add a little bit more of that red back in. There we go. That makes it a bit more glam, doesn't it? A bit more glam, still smoky, still kind of softens it out. Is Latest in Beauty a good box to get? I don't think so, Nate. I don't think I'm coming out of Facebook jail, because I tried logging into that one, and it still said that you know, you can press for appeal and all of that stuff, which I've done, but I don't think it is. I think I've lost the account, which is so infuriating. It's a good eye look to match your hair. Thank you, Holland. Holland thinks that Latest in Beauty is crap. Right. It depends. It totally depends on your collection size, Lizzie. If you are somebody like me who has a bucket load of makeup, then if you're wanting just makeup, no, hang on, let me say that again. If you are wanting makeup items, then Latest in Beauty is not a great option. If you are wanting some skincare with some makeup items, then it's okay. In my opinion, it's okay for the price point. It's okay. You get to try lots of other things. You can get to, there's always something on their list that you can add that you kind of want, even if it's not something that you absolutely need. There's always something that you can kind of go, right, I don't need XYZ, but for my 6 points or whatever, I can add, for my 6 options, I can add a, you know, I'll test this eye cream, or I'll test this foot scrub, whatever it is. There's always things that you can try. So I normally find, because I still look at it now every month, and I normally, in my head, I go, right, there's 4 items that I absolutely want. The rest I'm not fussed with. If I get to 5 items, I might pick up a box. It just depends on the price points. But when we're talking about makeup, it's makeup you need. Can you suggest one? In the UK, no, it's crap. They're all crap for makeup, to be honest with you. The glossy box, you might get 1 makeup item. Rocker box, you might get 1 makeup item. You tend to get 1 makeup item, 1 tool, and the rest is skincare, hair care, body care. In the States, or if you've ever got access to something like somebody that can post you it, BoxyCharm is very good, very, very good, but it's very expensive to get over here. They don't ship directly, so you've got to go through one of those other firms. But everything I've seen in BoxyCharm makes me hugely envious that we don't get it in the States. I was about to say, the major is on FabFitFun. That's got a few options. Birchbox normally has trial sizes, but again, it's a bit hit and miss. OK Beauty, I would avoid like the plague. They were just white label stuff, and it was all crap. Pretty Obsessed, equally, do not get that one. That is horrendous. So yeah. Yeah, Inica, yeah, at the moment on Latest in Beauty, they've got a few options. Have a look at it. It's not a bad one. If you're spending like £18, you will get a lot more than your money's worth on there, to be fair. But for me these days, because I've got so much, like with all my skincare and my beauty, it's like I'd rather. Thank you, computer. Computer, stop. That reminds me anyway. So yeah, so I mean, again, in the chat, have a look. Oh, look fantastic, didn't look bad last month. I've never got that one, so I don't tend to look, but speak to everyone in the chat, and see what they all say, Lizzie, because I know from my perspective, I've got very differing opinions these days. But anyway, right, I'm going to go on for the last couple of options today. We are going to go with, what should we go with? Right, okay, we'll go with go on, we'll go with MAC. And we'll go with MUA. No, W7. Right. There we go. So then, your options are for mascara. We have the MAC stack. Yes, it's the mini, but I love it. The MAC stack, or we have the. Oh, it's not. It's W7. That's. Oh, okay. Or we've got the Lidl CN mascara volume in black. So that's your option. So we've got the MAC or Lidl. Those are your two options. Those are your two options, MAC or Lidl. Pop your earphone out and make your vote now. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Right, what are we going for? MAC or Lidl? MAC or Lidl? We've got one vote so far for MAC. So depending on what you'll say, we're going to end up with a MAC. Oh, Lidl says yes. There we go. Right, okay, so we're at level playing field. What else? Anybody else voting? Oh shit, bollocks. I dropped it. Lidl or MAC? Lidl or MAC? Lidl or MAC? Lidl or MAC? The little one is MAC and the big one is Lidl. MAC says, oh, there we go. Look, back to evens. 2 for Lidl, 2 for MAC. Lidl. So Lidl's winning. Oh, we want you back 50 for 50%. What's cohorted? How much is cohorted? Let me know, because I might have a look. I can't buy any more makeup. You weren't listening, Holland. MAC or Lidl? Because so far, so we're back to evens. We're back to evens. So MAC mascara or Lidl mascara for the end, and then we've got one more for the look. £39, so it'll be 20 quid for a cohorted. What do you get in that then? What do you get for cohorted? Is it good? Can I cancel after one box? Right, so we've got MAC, says Holland. Thank you. That's the deciding vote. We're going for it now. We're using the MAC. We're using the MAC. Holland just tipped it over the edge for MAC. So this is the MAC stack one. I love it. I think it's great. Aren't you holding up the NARS? No, this is the MAC. Mac. You can cancel, and it's all high end, really. Oh, so then for a we want you back 50 for that little deal. That's quite good then. You've got a very happy little troll, a new Peppa Pig bubble blower. Finally bought last night. Is on the garden. It's been housed since we've moved because we couldn't find his old one. Oh, my darling. Oh my God, bless him. He's so cute. Right, here we go. Let's lean right forward. Look at that. Instant. Instant. It's just such a good mascara. I'm trying to out angle it so you can see. There we go. If I look down, maybe you can see.
Can you see? I keep trying to look in the mirror. I don't know whether you can see, but yeah, absolutely. I love this mascara so bloody much. You normally really like the summer box, but not so much this year. Really enjoy the mystery bundles from FFF, and often the sales are too good to pass on. Do you know the joys of Spongale? Spongale. Not sure what that is. No, I don't. I'm not in that world anymore. I say the only subscription I'm getting currently is the tarot one, the Total Tarot collection. I'm not even getting my coffee subscriptions at the moment because I've got so much, and because I'm limited to 2 a day, or 2 caffeinated coffees a day. Oh, there we go. At the moment, I've even paused my coffee subs, which I am gutted about. But there you go. Look, you can see it. You can see it. Look how beautiful it looks. It's so good. Yeah, I'm also jealous of Holland's cricket. I really am. Not that I'm producing stuff at the moment for the shop, because at the moment everything's on standby until after all the surgery malarkey and then the chemo. But I know, Holland, I can have decaf coffee, but I can only have 2 caffeinated coffees a day. So I've had my 2 today. So I'm just basically using up the last of my grind coffee that I ordered and the last of my packed coffee order. So I have one of those first thing, and then the second one is normally an instant because I make them both at the same time. So yes, so there we go. That is the Max Stack mascara. Now I don't know how well that's showing up on camera. I don't know how to show it. There you go. Look, if you look at the lashes, look. Can you see them? Can you see them? There. Look at that. Look at them. Look at the length and look at the lovely thickness. They look almost like fake lashes, but they aren't. They're real. And then obviously they're real. And then right then, the last option we've got is for lippy lipsticks. So probably keeping it fairly nude. So I've got 3 JSC nudes from my nudes 1 and 2 bundle. 3 JSC nudes, and on the budget side, oh god, we've got a couple of Sleek, Matte Me, and a couple of Revolution. So again, all in the very same sort of color stories. So do we go with high-end JSC, or budget Sleek and Revolution? That is your option. It's the last vote today. So pop your earbud out if you need to and vote now. High-end or budget? Let's have a look. You have about 6 coffees a day. I normally do, and I've had to cut down because of the cancer. High end, and then high end, budget. Oh, that doesn't help. Budget. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4 budgets. You've got me in your ears. Fabulous. Budget. It looks like okay. We're going for budget. So then we have got a couple of the Revolution Pro and a couple of the Matte Me by Sleek. I like all of these. These are all good. I've got a Matte Me Metallic by Sleek. So we've got a metallic-y tone. And then I've got 2 of the more nudie tones. I've got a slightly more pink and a slightly more sort of cool nude tone, like so.
So these are the ones that we are looking at for the sleeks, and then for Revolution we've got these ones. So budgie, yeah, absolutely. So I think I mean I'm fine going with either, but I think I want to go with I think I'm going to go with this red. I think this sort of red, this pinky tone, I think will go well with the eye look. Do we, or do we think, I'll tell you what, let's have a look. So let me just have a look, see. Oh, that's a very, very, very basic pink. I'm just finishing up, love. I'm just finishing up now. Yeah, oh, you are there. Right, we've got virtually the same colours. Look, these two are virtually the same. So then we'll go with, yeah, so these top two are virtually the same colour. So I would put it to the vote, but you know what? I don't think there's much of a point. We're just going to use the Revolution Pro in the shade. It's the Supreme Matte Lip Pigment in the shade Immunity. So that is what it looks like there swatched. So it's kind of like a warm tone nude pink in the shade Immunity. I'm assuming you could still get these. There we go. There we go. There we go. What do you all think then? That is pretty much today's finished look. Do I like that lip? I quite do like that lip, actually. It is pulling quite warm pinkish, which does kind of work with the look. So so yes, there we go. A quick bit of the, oh, my setting spray is almost empty. There we go. That is empty now. So that is the finished look, everybody. Let me just sort the hair out. The hair's going to be slightly more swept and down, slightly more like so. So we wanted to go for a more glam look today, more of a sophisticated evening type look, which is what we've gone for. As you can see, I haven't gone in and darkened up my brows. My brows are still looking fairly pale. That is by design, because we wanted to go for more of a sort of neutral and more of a softer glam look. So again, I've kept it all fairly neutral. The contouring is only here. We haven't contoured the nose. I haven't put any bronzer on because, again, I'm keeping it kind of very, very subtle, very toned down to keep that sort of slightly more, I guess, slightly more elegant, slightly more glam evening type look. So I would be very happy going out looking like this. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in a few seconds. We're going to be going out, not going out anywhere fancy. We're just going out to Rufus's blood test and to go shops. That's it. You know, right? So that is what we've done today. So thank you, everybody. Picks up on the teeny bit of red in your t-shirt. Yeah, a little bit. It's not really glam, is it, to go with this? But anyway, there you go. That is today's look. I hope you like it. I have had a lot of fun today, as you can tell, because we've talked about everything and anything rather than just talking about makeup. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, everybody, if you are watching this on the replay crew, by the way, put the, what shall we have today? Shall we have the, we'll have the hand that's doing a finger. So I think it's like one finger, or I think there's a two finger one, whatever that is. We'll have the pointy finger emoji. I'm not quite sure which way it goes, but because of all the talk about fingering earlier, where some of you were thinking that I didn't know what I was saying, even though I blatantly did. So yeah, we'll have the finger emoji, please, in the chat today. Thank you so much. I have really enjoyed it. Again, don't forget, I'm not going to be doing quite as long as a stream as this next week because I will be in hospital on the Thursday. I am going to try and go live on Thursday morning and do a coffee and makeup. I don't know whether that was somebody at the door, was it? I am going to try and do a coffee and makeup next Thursday, but it will literally be with whatever makeup I end up taking. But that is going to be it, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. As always, I hope you've had a good day. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you very, very soon. And as we always say on this channel, stay true, stay you, stay authentic, and I will definitely catch you next time. Bye bye, everybody. Bye bye. Oops, I've got a button over here and I forgot it. I need to press this one. That one. No.